Field work. My headphones are fully charged. We will have a functioning. Just you watch. Mark my word. Hello everyone! Welcome back to some more Rogue Trader. When we left off, we went through a scary portal to a scary place. And it's full of scary robots. Ah. So far I don't think they've shot at us and hit even once. So that's how we're doing. We shall continue on our little expedition, I suppose you'll call it, in order to find my boss and give him a piece of my mind. What? New World Epitaph. It seems that all colour has died from this world. Grey masses of rocks give way only to brownish sand and the black voids of gorges. The team barely notices the strange detail amid the drab landscape, an extensive area where the land is too smooth. As they approach, this area turns out to be a lake of moving metal, in the centre of which burn green arc dishes. On its shores lie the ruins of pyramidal constructs. Through binoculars, it is determined that the ruins of the pyramids are slowly melting, creating flows that dump new metal into the lake. The smoothness of the lake is lightly rippled by currents trying to extinguish the flames in the centre. Ooh. I want some. Specifically equipped servitors are the first to disembark on the shores of the metallic lake. To the explorer's surprise, they return unharmed with samples of the anomalous substance. The squad sets out to study the lake and Xenos' construction. Acolytes of the Adeptus Mechanicus determine the metal contains the same substance in which the pyramids are made. The behaviour of the metal particles indicates that the constructs, made from the metal, are capable of regeneration just like living matter, albeit incomparably faster. However, the pyramids filling the lake by transmitting metal through built-in portals cannot surmount the destructive force of the arc discharge in the lake's centre. I wonder what happened to the pyramids. One of the pyramids lining the lake shore is more damaged than the rest. Judging by its melted edges and the direction of the breaks, this damage is the thing that started the fire at the lake's centre. Analyze the movements of the metal. Endless flows of metal pour from the portals of every monolith. However, one of the flows is noticeably weaker than the rest. Looking closer, officers notice small objects blocking off the portal. With the help of servitors, they are successful in removing it and bringing it to Von Valencia's shuttle. Ooh. Immune to damage 3 times, but if you take 3 hits, you staggered. Try to extinguish the flame. Vessel's cannon is finding idea of smothering the green flame with the ship's wasted rather dubious, but do not dare to question it with the Lord Trader. Doesn't do anything. Attack them. Yeah, no. Sorry. I noticed something when I got here. Did I, like, miss a sector? Am I blind? Was I not there? Did I not go there? You say it's an uncharted system. Was I not just here? I was. Why are you like this? Gosh, no, seeing so much Necron stuff is so fun. I love my robot. What's this about this dying star? Judging by all trajectories, this is the parent star of the system. The Lumina radio is right. Back in the day, it used to be huge and angry with a bite to it. The half-dead firefly. What happened to it? I can't imagine could have drained deadly beasts like that. Lumina radio swears the race of this star would have continued withering all life existing for millions of years more. Too young to fade like this. Like it was gnawed out. It was attacked. Suddenly and fiercely. A hungry predator bit into its magnetic field and drank as much of its energy as it could. The predator was starving and would have surely devoured the star whole had it more time. Oh, you mean to tell me something ate this star, Nomos? And how do you know this? I do not know, but I can read the traces of what was committed here as if I have seen it 100 times. I know what you are. A shuttle of Imperial make is detected among the rocky gorges of the planet, alongside two nearby Xeno objects. Monolithic structures embedded into the landscape. When scanned, the objects distort the signal, but no signs of enemy activity, nor signals from the shuttle are found. Served as scout. Let the signals disappear as soon as they approach the cliffs from the shuttle is found. Not one of them returns in the data received. Oh, this sounds incredibly dangerous. Let's go there ourselves. Abandoned landings. Lord Inquisitor. Inquisitor? No, my lady rogue trader. Not a single soul has returned from the expedition. It seems like no matter what happens, people just go there to die. Dang, that's crazy. Let me go there and check it out myself.
Homage to the angel of the Emperor and the ancient ferocious machine spirit controlling his armor.
Yes, my adamantine skin has seen many battles and bears many glorious scars.
Let's see, there's a Tesla
The
immortal.
glorious verse of the time when
Your kind has no right to exist!
Oh, joy.
before you.
And we have a death mark. We have... Sorry, what's that? Death mark, it's 2 warriors. Another 2. They're the same dynasty as before, I think they are. We couldn't really tell in the darkness of the crypt, could we? I said they were like here, should we? Sure, that looks good.
Who, if
You're
not
right.
me? I'll make it happen.
Ration. So,
It's as good as done.
mark the kill zone.
I'll see to it personally.
Stratagem.
I'll make it happen.
Other stratagem.
On it.
Okay. Airlet. Mark the Immortal. I've just realised that spacing is horrible. We should probably do something with that.
If it serves your
Claim the
cause,
bounty.
you
Bang.
moving no more.
Bang.
I understand your intent.
Bang, bang, bang. Wow, just Instantly gone. That's impressive. I'll take a shot, why not? What else are you gonna do with my turn?
When Fenris is in battle, oceans bleed!
Oh. Look! It's Irilet's turn again. How could I have predicted? Playing the bounty.
If I must.
Hell.
I will not.
When was the dismantling attack? The
Fall,
worst
creatures! Fortune favors the swift. That is beneath me.
Line up next shot. Let's see. Can you lure them away?
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Look at that warp curse. Like them with a game. Let me give finest now to Irilet.
Why navigators are feared.
Overpenetrate through them.
Ancestors guide me.
If it serves your cause.
Bang. Bang. Go on. Playing the bounty.
The universe takes the lives it gains.
It's time to taste the brew of battle! The drink of
Oh.
axe and bolt gun grim!
Or 7 more of them.
The Triarch is eternal.
Oh, I see. So whoever you target just becomes like really. What do you mean the bayonet axe if you're Tesla carbine? What bayonet axe? Don't you lie to me?
I'm
Make
not
up.
accustomed to being
Ah.
ordered around. I am a navigator, not a servitor. Clad in scarlet.
Kaboom. Even more scarabs. Delightful. Cool, Heinrichs. That's nice. Debuffing them is actually surprisingly effective.
For the throne's glory.
Biomancy works on something with no
But of
bite.
course,
Wonderful.
Lord Captain. Let's see to it.
Flash. Bang. Oh, he'll be fine.
Nothing stands against me. Let's see to it.
Bang. Yep, all is well. Then Ulfar turns around. I think you just shoot this. Charged
Shall
scarabs.
it be?
Kaboom. Oh lordy, this is gonna keep going for a while, isn't it?
Cubs play. None can. I will carve runes out of your bones. I hunger for battle.
We're here to make sure that mortal doesn't do anything uncouth. Boy, I hope these things don't explode on us. Spirit Communion. This. This. Zap, zap. Zap, zap. Ouch. Of course I'm the first one to get hit by a Gauss Blast. Yeah, dodge a second.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
I'm done with this one.
Do not dare ask.
Ass is in a good position, honestly.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Make them fight each other. Evidently not very well.
But of
Take that
course,
one.
Lord Captain. For the
Charge.
throne's glory.
Lamb.
Let's see to it. I won't
Up and
object.
down. How many of these do you think they're going to send out? We'll go fast and extra speed.
The great sleep is over.
Right.
Disgrace! See how the wolf succeeds! So shall it be.
Lamb.
Give this task to someone lesser.
Lamb.
Hand is thunder! My strike is ruin! Cubs play.
Take an extra shot. Overcharge. No.
All fathers worthy instrument!
Gal.
My vow is to serve.
I think I'll just have him going down to him.
Alone and with you.
Life is innate.
Watch it, you rusting, stinking sons of trolls!
And then banish them so they can't come back.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Raid. Why is healing faster than the burn is damaging? So cool getting to see the Necrons moving and shooting again. I used to finish Mechanicus. That was a decent game.
Who, if not me?
Roulette.
I'll make it happen.
Put them in a kill zone.
On it.
Can't see any wounds. I'm not even wounded.
I'll see to it, personally. I'll make it happen.
You cannot force me, Elantok.
Mark.
I understand your intent. No weakness is hidden from my sight. If it serves your
will do.
cause, I deal death with my hands.
Yeah, I strongly suspect this is going to go on forever if I'm not careful.
I am not your zeal. I hear you moving. No more. If it serves your cause.
I need to find a way to resolve this.
I am not your zeal. Fortune favors the swift.
Oh, those blaze scarabs. Getting scarab thing.
This tedium is beneath me. If it serves your cause.
I don't want to get behind this rock over here. Because getting exposed like this is proving to be very unpleasant.
Don't let your guard down.
There's 29 runes, restores 27. System wide. Oh, there's these teleportation matrix beacons on the doors. I probably should be smashing those.
Ancestors guide me.
Is that what you want to do? Kind of bouncy on that one. Haven't enough damage, it's pretty nice.
I am not your zeal.
Bang.
I deal death with my hands. I understand your
Bang.
intent.
Yeah, they are just gonna keep coming, aren't they? Fine.
If it serves
Break
your
that.
cause. This tedium is beneath me.
What a shame. I was kind of hoping it's just gonna keep spawning higher and higher levels until it was fighting overlords or something. That would be so funny and terrifying. Single-handedly fighting with an entire team there. Because I'm strong. So... Sweet.
Who if not me?
Oh. Very profitable kill zone.
I'll make it happen.
I don't actually think profitable.
It's as good as done. I'll make it happen.
Irrelevant. Would you kindly
If it serves your
reload, I
cause.
guess?
On it.
Whatever. Better cover for myself and...
Who if
Okay.
not me?
If I hear you moving,
900
no more.
damage. What?
I understand your intent. I deal death with my
Bang,
hands.
bang.
This tedium is beneath me.
Look at that, so finish it off next turn.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Me?
Blast
If you
them.
insist, Lord Captain.
Blast them some more. Heinrichs. Cast regeneration on me,
Lord
because
Captain.
I'm privileged.
Alas, no. I'll put my psychic abilities
Much
to
bad.
use. Your reckoning is due. I won't object to it.
Give us all a nice little buff, because I'm nice.
Naturally.
But, movement. Something she absolutely does not need, but you know, not as
Get me
well.
a target.
Boom. It's just warriors, how lame.
I won't object to it.
I see fucking Irlet. And you miss from this distance. Very good. Leaving a superb impression.
So
Just
it
kick
shall
that
I
one.
will carve runes out of your bones.
Bang.
Is thunder. My strike is ruin.
Charge. I can tell I quite enjoy the combat in this game.
Feel the icy bite of death. Wolves reign. So it shall die and become the All-Father's worthy.
Just using the plasma burst to get a little extra damage. Because I deserve it.
Request approved. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
Did the All-Father take your sight or your mind?
Oh, shut up, he didn't deal any damage.
It's as good as done.
Lamb. Just to get rid of that element.
If it serves your cause. Fortune favors the swift.
Lamb.
No weakness is hidden from my sight.
Irlet.
If another
Lamb
soul
gone.
slips beyond the veil,
Yeesh, missing with full
I
attack is
am not your
embarrassing.
sin. I deal death with my hands. I understand your intent.
Pull them both, or just pull the one, I guess. Whatever.
If I may.
In disgrace.
Damn.
If only that were possible.
Go here and charge it down. That should be everything.
I'm done with this one.
Well, that was a whole lot of fun. Even if it took me far longer than it should have to realise there were teleporters. They shall weep. Each of this bolter deals an additional 15 rending damage, 40% armor penetration to all characters adjacent to the target. It's a close range bolter. Fair enough. Heavy void suit. Just good heavy armor. Officer's medkit. Ship's Vox log. Vox does not produce sound immediately. The officer who made the recording speaks clearly and confidently, but also softly, with a barely perceptible vibration in his low orator-like voice. It seems the tape is partially damaged. Entry 1. We landed successfully, but were unable to report to her ladyship. The communication channel was filled with interference. The navigation system has been affected as well, so we will not be able to take off anytime soon, let alone return to the ship. Sergeant Damani is looking for the source of the interference. I read there's like Dasani or something. Domino. The only thing left to do is keep a log. Entry 5. Thanks to the information we received earlier, we managed to partially decipher some of the inscriptions on the obelisk. Only the general meaning is clear. The creatures buried here are extremely hostile. We have not been able to identify the source of the interference affecting our communications and navigation. Lady Theodora made it clear that this expedition is extremely important. We will continue the exploration regardless of Fox. Whoever finds this Fox log must give it to her ladyship personally and no one else. A little bit late for that. Entry 18. One of the structures being inspected incinerated Corporal Monroe. We buried him with as much dignity as was possible in these barren rocks. His sacrifice need not be in vain. We'll be more careful next time, and we will not embarrass her ladyship. Entry 19. The explosion of the Xeno artifact damaged the engine, the fuel compartment, and the cargo hold where we were keeping supplies. It is unlikely we will return to Lady Theodora's flagship. We'd almost complete our task and are about to enter the buildings. What matters is the preservation of data we have obtained. There were no dead people behind the monoliths. The creatures attacked us as soon as we managed to activate the gate mechanism in one of the buildings. The weapons destroy flesh and plastic with equal ease, and our bodies recover from any wounds. Words are interrupted by banging. I will keep recording until my final breath, but I hope it benefits the House of Von Valencias. Weapons of Xenos burn with green fire and her bolts of lightning. The energy charges burst from their blades. The Marnie has fallen to the ground and cannot get up. Her body is breaking. The rocks beneath it are about to crack. Tell Dahlia that her father gave his life for the good of Von Valencias. She'd be proud. Dahlia? I suppose I've heard that name before. Well, then again, it's a fairly common. Well, not common name. The broken body has been smashed to the ground with such force that there are cracks radiating out from under.
I have learned much in my
From
exile.
your patchy knowledge of the Xenos, she guessed these monoliths once part of a mighty transport ship capable of transforming into ground-based structures. Oh, it's... Yeah, that's literally just a necromonolith. I own one of those. You can still recognise the Von Valencia's coat of arms and the half-braided emblem on the side of the shuttle. Parts of the hull and equipment look as if something vaporised the ship's components, one layer after another. Fury Incarnate. Whenever is under the effect of Reckless Rush, plus 50% hit chance, critical hit chance, plus 50% critical damage, all attacks against the wearer get that too. Talk about
Rise
Reckless.
to the top. Sure, get left in the dust.
For a trap.
The Gloom Rifle. Damage from over penetration is always equal to 100%. Deals additional damage based on deflection. It's a decent sniper rifle. I'll probably take that. Doubles critical damage dealt by the wearer. Okay. This gun is good against big monsters, but I'm not really using it. But this Gloom Rifle sounds very funny. What's more interesting to me is doubling critical damage. How do I see how much critical damage she does? Is there a single stat for that? It's like, plus 10 ballistic skill does not benefit her that much. She's very accurate. doubling critical damage sounds like it will do a lot. Keep forgetting to do Deadeye shots. I like build, but she didn't do that. Oh, wow. Let's also buff ourselves with leveling. Oh, I know, I don't care. And more points in fellowship. Because I need to be friendlier. Yeah, sure, why not? No, the +5 ballistic skill, it's like she didn't lose anything to begin with. Sure, why not? Add some weapon skill, because why not? Cassia, of course, yeah. Nerve to steal is good. Intelligence. We'll forget. Flash fire because he uses that ability quite a lot. And a bit more strength because he uses his sword a lot. Pascal. Oh, that's good. I do believe that's all.
Is there money to be made?
Yep, let's leave. That feeling when those Xenos weapons. Cool. Now here's a bunch of dead stars for some reason. Those things. I'd never seen anything like them before, but the battleship's tech priest luminaries, they are star corpses. Just corpses. All stellar side victims. What do the luminaries mean? Who knows of those star sages? Apparently when a star dies natural death, it's different. They're murdered and plundered. Or energy siphoned like when a spider sucks ears out of a fly. Sydney's asks, if you don't mind my saying, get luminaries so much they wet their metal trousers. Don't you think we're observing far too many stars here? I agree, Lord Captain. Stellar directories will suggest that most of these stars didn't used to be here. Someone was ordering them in the system. I wouldn't have liked been here at the time. Gravitational currents would have been pure chaos. We could have pulled off something like that. Was it Shukari? I reckon stars are out there. Properties quite in character those damn things. As curious as all this may be, we still have a job to do. Lord Captain, the Xeno Squadron line step course, the same as Abominations before. I'm so riled up. I think they're gods. Ships took off from the Civis Planetoid as soon as we baited with the idle augurs. And I expect on Xeno mines, but I know my avoid maneuvers. I can tell you this. They're angry, and they are approaching a direct and unambiguously aggressive trajectory. All decks, prepare for battle. Order received, Lord Captain. Glory to Elsewhere Valentius. This is the final battle. Let us see if it does well.
The stars will judge you.
Lol. Oh dear. Let's do our standard skippy maneuver. Doesn't seem like it's going to work. They're just a little bit out of range. This is so sad. Can we get 50 likes? Good morning, darling. Hello, Jeff. Good. Oh, just afternoon for me.
Volley.
How you doing? Hope it's good.
With the force of a supernova. Let them taste our
Yes,
fury.
thank you so much. I will totally remember this and definitely use it to keep myself humble.
Sort them out.
Why can't it just torpedo right away? Oh my. Oh yeah, that's the upgrade I got, isn't it? I keep forgetting what stuff I have. I'm so upgraded.
With the force of a supernova. Make every shot count.
This brutish monstrosity will inevitably falter.
Let them taste our fury.
When she says that, I wonder if she's talking about mine. Oh well.
Engage the engines.
There's a sword class frigate hiding in a cloud and not doing its job. Will we have enough maneuverability to turn around? Probably, hopefully. Suddenly seems so. Oh my goodness. I can turn around so much I can do a U-turn. It doesn't even work. It's amazing.
Lance battery. Volley. Macro cannon. Open fire.
You ever seen someone Tokyo drift one of these things?
With the force of a supernova.
Yeah, that should. Put them by their side. Oh Kaboom. Give that thing a little twisty twist. Now the guns. Let's just reinforce our open side and pump. You're supposed to hit. You're supposed to kill. Why are you so weak? And I've still got my absurd movement. Because of course I do.
Launch battery. Volley.
If I pull up and drop my torpedoes, I might just like kill instantly with the torpedo control.
We're helpless under their fire. Do something.
I'm sorry. I don't remember dying and letting you pilot the ship, Adira.
Let them taste our fury.
Let's recycle my shields. I'll summon this cloud. Nice and safe so I don't have my sides exposed. There we go, nice and fresh. If I just jump out, do I get more range? No, I don't.
With the force of a
What is that
supernova.
turn? A boom.
Launch battery.
Just in my range.
Volley.
And of course. Out for... There's a weak point, and... Very good. Very good. Where do you think you're
Fire at
going?
will.
Man, this ship is so powerful compared to when it started. Theodora neglected this thing. She should not have done that. I think the point of collecting trophies if I can't do trading. Whatever, 2 more Avatar. Wow, that is an ugly rock.
Lord Captain, we spotted a planetoid in an unidentified xeno structure. Something tells me this is the place we've been looking for. All clerics detect a field of void mines on our trajectory toward the planetoid.
What do we see on the planetoid?
Practically nothing. The Orca clerics say the magnetic radiation blinds machine spirits. We see some kind of wiki pyramid and we've been picking up a few encrypted Vox transmissions.
Tell me more about these mines.
Good minds and over experience. Placed in the ceramite under a camellia line, the cognitive detectors are inhabited by the most malicious and cunning machine spirits you've ever seen. Far too good for pirates. Given they've been plotting for several cubic kilometers, our reason is gifts from Lord Inquisitor's own stores.
Transmit the activation code we found in the outpost of Lord Inquisitor's men.
Unit transmission. Steam signal code. 5% mines report transition to sleep mode. Seeing coordinates of an area designated as the main landing site. With a safe channel of approach toward Epitar, coordinates for landing.
Other traces of Calcazar?
Plenty. We're picking up the remaining Vox echoes of conversations, standard signals belong to Orca observation systems, the gas thermal trails shut us prone land. You know, Captain, seems by this place is about to fall apart. Orca detect a multitude of signals pointing to structure damage in a tomb located on planetoid. They are very fresh.
When's the preparation of landing party? I will lead it personally.
Are you certain, Lord Captain? I beg your pardon for such audacity, but this old wolf's gut tells me this tomb is very likely to become ours. I have this bad feeling as if... Forgive me, ladyship, I've completely lost my sense of giving advice like that.
I'm ready to face over Liza Maid and make the landing.
Be careful, your ladyship. Wait as long as it takes to retrieve a signal, even if every xenoflake in the world appears to us from orbit.
Let us begin. Every person on the bridge freezes in astonishment, watching a remarkable procession approach your throne. Officers and enforcers are glancing at you questioningly and do not interfere until they are ordered to. Oh, it's Nomos. Hi, Nomos. Oh my gosh, I just realised that this is like full Void Dragon. I was already seeing that pattern, but like, wow, look at them. That is so good. Okay.
We have come to speak with you, Dolly. You gave us food for consideration by revealing the mystery of our origin. From then to now, we observed, calculated, sensed, and we discovered that a great change is coming. A trial. We see the potential for a great disaster. It is already ripening. The wave could crash down upon the Cronus expanse and, perhaps, extend beyond it. We are headed for suffering and death. You are the one who can prevent the disaster, and we want to help you. We do. Let us help. Nomos are not human, but we have learned to see people as more than shells. We want to save them, protect them.
Wait, what is this coming threat?
Nomos cannot say. Something changed after you helped us remember our birth on Epitar. We now sense the liberation of something vast, which is actually a mere fraction of something limitless. It is seeping through a breach, its shoulders pushing against the walls of his prison that are about to give. For what it is, we do not know.
Nomos, are you suggesting that there's a Catan shard, or several Catan shards, about to cause problems? Because if so, that is an issue.
We must say, it frightens us to think about this unknown something that's trying to break free. It is so vast, too vast to measure or explain. But we now know that living souls are the same. They are always larger than they seem, and no capacity can calculate their potential. This makes us believe that we, Nomos, and you, Dolly, can step beyond the limit of calculations. There we will face the unleashing of horror without faltering.
Oh gosh, I raised you so well, Nomos. What do you wish to do?
Wait until the unknown threat appears before you, then face it. We do not know where or when it will happen. We do not know what we will face, but we know that we want to be there with you. There is something we require to do it. Nomos is tethered to the shell of the ship. We can only follow you outside by using servitors as our shell, but they are lacking. Only a modicum of us can enter such a primitive vessel, and our power is likewise limited. We need a vessel, a body, but very few things can house us. That is why we have come to ask you. Nikos Xepilus has offered his shell to us. It might do.
Indeed, I have. I cannot think of a prouder end to my pilgrimage than the liturgy of synchronization with the Great Spirit. I will become a vessel for the Omnissiah's favorite child, and step beyond the confines of wretched living existence and into the halls of the eternal machine soul. You would sacrifice yourself for Scipius? I desire it more than anything. We asked him many times because we did not want to hurt him. Numbers would not have proposed it if the human was against it. I've heard you and made my decision. We await your word, Master of the ship. Please, give us freedom and we will stand with you in the hour of our great need. Well, if everyone involved is consenting, I don't see a problem with that. You can take Scipius' body. Praise the Omnissiah. I kneel before his favourite child and humbly offer this shell as a gift. May I become a temple to the machine and a vessel for its great spirit. How interesting. We feel restricted, but not as much as inside servitors. Some work must be done on the new shell, then it will be ready for journeys to the outside. We will leave you now, for now, Dolly, but in the hour where you stand before the great trial, we will return and stand with you side by side. Oh dear. Everyone is here. This really is the endgame. You can just tell, can't you? Please? Your ladyship, the shuttle is ready for landing. You have the exact coordinates for the secure landing site. Will you authorize to start the expedition? I still need to say my goodbyes. Abelard. Abelard looks at you with a tired smile. He cannot resist giving you his characteristic appraising gaze.
Well, Lord Captain, my service you began under the most remarkable circumstances. I should hardly be surprised that you have delivered us into circumstances more unexpected and surprising than ever before. Of one thing I am certain, the Von Valentius dynasty will cover itself in glory today.
Abelard, no matter what happened, you're always by my side.
Neshel's place is at the rogue trader's side. As you have learned, others can betray it about in your darkest hour. The Lord Captain cannot count on her, Neshel. There is no one she can count on. That is not a fate I wish for you. I am doing my duty.
Are you ready to follow me all the way?
As always, Lord Captain, I would follow you into fire and back. Lord Emperor, be my witness, I have had the honor of serving under 2 rogue traders, survived one. There will be no shame in going down alongside the other. It comes to that, naturally.
You have a highly organised mind, so you must have already considered what you're going to do once this campaign of ours comes to an end.
Now that I have your blessing, it is about time I took care of my family. The Versarian clan has gone without its patriarch for too long. I should make time for my descendants before some noble upstart tries to chew them up again.
Get ready, Abelard. Ready, Abelard. Quite an ordeal ahead of us.
We have been through worse.
Watch Neshel grins cheekily. For a split second looks younger by a good 100 years. He then bows its grey head.
Serve Lord Van Valentius.
Cassia, my beloved. My love. Cassia brushes the invisible weight off your shoulders with a light movement, and your heart feels a little calm. What lies ahead of us is uncertain, perhaps darkness and oblivion, and yet I feel no fear, no trepidation, no doubt. His palm, Jim. Be here with you, share the last moments of peace before the inevitable. If either of us should die in the coming battle, know that I will look for you next life, until I find you again. I would rather not wait several lives. Let's find our blessing in this one. It would be wonderful, my lord. What will the stars let us? This is probably not the future you dreamt of, but if all of this ends in victory for us, what do you intend to do next? Until duty calls me, I would like to spend the best moments of my life with you, Lord Captain. And only the stars know what will happen. Heal yourself, Lady Cassia. The hour of battle is at hand. My heart is fluttering, Lord Captain. But not because of fear or doubt. I am ready to face what is coming. I love her. Argenta greets you with a clear and burning gaze. I pray, rogue trader. I pray that the hearts of your comrades remain strong, that our courage holds, that our weapons prevail. I pray that the light of terror does not turn away from us for even a moment. That the fire within us only burns brighter as the foe before us grows fiercer. And I pray for you. Terror's light is what guides us through the darkness, but you are the force that keeps us from straying from the path. Together till the end, sister. In his name and for Terror's light. In his name and for Terror's light. Have you had the chance to think about the future? What will you we prevail in this pivotal battle. I will carry on in service to the Emperor as I always have, but no longer a fledgling sister of battle, but as the keeper of a relic that has been bestowed upon me by his will. I want to bring lights to all the faithful in the Coronus Expanse as Argenta did in her lifetime, and I know I am ready for this mission. We're almost out of time. Prepare yourself, Argenta. I am prepared. Now and always. I'm glad I didn't make her a repenter. That was really awkward. Everyone Calyx nods to you.
Our journey together approaches its end.
One last push and the secrets of the Expanse and Calcazar will be laid to the rest.
I can't wait. I'm tired of the shroud of secrecy that's hidden truth even from me.
We'll meet your mentor again down there.
And I have questions for him. I want to know why I was left in the dark about everything that was happening in the shadows of the Expanse. Why all the acolytes died on the way here. Well, almost all the Lord Inquisitor's acolytes. Why? I want to hear what he has to say, and make my judgment.
When all this is over, what will you do?
I feel uneasy even thinking about it. If Lord Inquisitor Xavier Calcazar falls today, someone has to take the rosette of the Order of Xenos, at the very least until the Inquisition Clay determines who will be worthy of successor to Xavier.
I think you'll make a fine choice. You balance pragmatism with, well, a little bit of kindness. Yeah, he's a good shout, I think. Epitar waits. Steal your heart.
You don't, Rogue Trader. Golly von Valencius.
Pascal. The tech priest is checking his gear, whispering presently on Sire. He looks up at you and speaks matter-of-factly.
The tactical equipment ordered is 97% complete. No critical failures detected. Your Omnissiah shows favour.
You do not seem too worried about the coming landing. The Vox makes a rustling sound that sounds like a chuckle.
A mission of reconnaissance is a blessed and desirable one for an explorator. The data soul of the one who explores, analyzes, and charts overflows with the joy of servitude. I would be honoured to disembark with you.
You took good care of my ship and equipment. The instinct will not forget it.
Where the iron flowers of the Omnissiah bloom, there must also be his passionate gardeners. Thank you for honouring this unit by letting it serve the formidable spirit of the von Valencius dynasty flagship and your ladyship.
When the campaign comes to an end, will you stay on duty or return to your fellow tech priest?
It has been a joy to serve such a distinguished person, but my duty calls the Armnet Collective to a different mission. The message of change must be proclaimed. Believers must be separated from the doubters.
Pascal, no, Armnet looks at you curiously.
The experience of our comradeship has taught this unit much. The trials and battles we have gone through have produced trust, sincerity, mutual understanding. Amanat will lead his flock through the flames and forge the sect into a religion.
May we have good fortune.
There is no such thing as good fortune. May the statistical probability be predictably positive.
He's so funny. I love
I am not a priest, of course, and a spirit should not always speak clearly to me, but I did cast runes. There's a great challenge ahead of you, Lightfitter. Be very careful, or better yet, take me with you. There's no better way to guard your safety.
I'm glad the Emperor brought our paths together.
Is there any clues here not lose, Lightfitter? Go into the farthest hole in the universe where only low-born and wretched inhumans crawl, fall into darkness and then cry out, "Who here believes in the All-Father, sisters and brothers?" And even there, in the world's most rotten pit, you will hear an answer, and if you reach towards the voice, you will find a worthy companion. Everyone who believes in him and follows in his footsteps is given a chance to become someone greater and more worthy.
I think that Calcazar is waiting for me down there. Should I give him your regards?
I'd rather talk to him myself. My Anglian vengeful heart tells me only he knows how and why the Baleful Hell Pact died. It also tells me that I will not forgive myself if that puffed off butthole Calcazar somehow dies before I rip the answer from his leering mouth.
You found your pack, and our campaign is nearing its end. What are you going to do next?
I will return to my brothers and sing the saga of the Baleful Hell Pack. I will carry it all the way to Fairness and pour its ringing verse into the ears of the Jarl and the Great Wolf himself. His burning walls will warm us during a fierce hell winter. And the brothers at the table nudge each other and point their fingers at me and said, "It is he who crafted such a beautiful saga. How generous the All-Father has been to him."
Finish the old Earthlock.
Finish the old Ratfitter.
Wolfhard bows his head solemnly and respectfully, an untold honour granted to a mortal who's impressed the Empress Angel with her deed. Idira. Idira looks at you with reddened eyes. Despite the tired look on her face, she smiles broadly, either at you or something behind you.
Well, Lord Captain, the little whispers have gone quiet. It's like the long turtle you've been full. And it's finally at an end. It's now never ended. Thank you for everything I weighed, Lord Captain.
What accent is that? Hold on. What about you, Adira? Not Adira. Anyone else for protection for the road? You think the little whispers are gonna play nice? They weren't that useful even before. I doubt they're more likely to mess us around than save our bacon. Lord Captain, your fate is in your hands alone. Do not let the words of Inshaka confuse you. You're not meant to listen to the goblin beyond the veil. I'm glad you've been at my side all this time. Thank you, Lord Captain. I can't imagine why you show me such kindness. After everything we've been through, you're the only reason I'm still alive. There's so many ways I could have died. I know I've been harping on all this time about Lady Theodora this, Lady Theodora that. You know, you might never become what she was. Or she could never be who you are either. And I'm glad it was you who replaced her. And the light drew me together with you and not with someone else. So there. I'll change subject before I get all sentimental, alright? Hug her. You're so favorite. Next moment she has you back. There. You really have lost it, haven't you? What do you think awaits us in this last skirmish? I have no doubts about you. Everything's gonna come up roses for you. As for me, you know, maybe I won't live long. That'd be a good life. I'll leave behind so many tales to tell. Let them remember my name over a mug as something for me and laugh at the stories full of our exploits. Pull yourself together, Adira. You have a tough battle ahead of us. For an easy battle, who never bothered to tell us about it? Nobody does who. Let's go show him, Lord Captain. That was the worst Adira I've ever done. I think I need a drink. Hold on. I ship it. I'm sorry, are you shipping me? Look, I don't deny that Adira is exceptionally lovely and funny. Nah, that's all that needs to be said, isn't it? Ship away, I guess. Hear that. You're on a full to arms in a welcome gesture, and greet you with a meaningful nod. Each journey has a beginning and an end, Alontark. Here and now, our journey leads into the maw of a merciless enemy, and only by breaking through the darkness ahead can we move on. Our journey together has not been an easy one, but I'm glad that both of us are here today. Our travels were full of heartache and countless hardships, Alontark, and so the darkness ahead does not frighten my wedded heart, nor does it frighten you. Would our paths diverge if we survive? I do not think I wish to return to my kin soon, Elantark. Would I even be able to? Perhaps I would join you in your quest to explore distant stars, perhaps. I will look for those who are not ready to return to life in a craft world, just like myself. The future is too vague, and my path is leading me into the unknown. Ah, our fate will be decided in the coming battle. I am ready to drive back the darkness, Elantark. Are you? I'm really glad I formed a bond with her. I'll never ship a real person, just the protagonist. That's a good compromise, yeah. I suspect everyone's going to go off and join Clown College, but we shall see. It's Jay. Come to think of it, I never actually got Jay the certificate of trade, did I? She kind of showed up, did nothing, and left. Great. Oh well, I'm glad I had her. The exalted one once wove our destinies in this glimmering tapestry of this world, gold and silver shilling. And today the pattern of our lives has been completed, while the tapestry be torn asunder. Personally, I prefer to place my hope in the first option. Are you afraid of what is to come, Jay? The battle against the enemy? Pain? Oblivion? Oh no, Shalene. My only fear is that after these tribulations, we'll never be the same again. And I do so enjoy being me. So, what brings you to me, Shalene? No parting words, I hope? Because I despise goodbyes. I feel as though they rob me of my future. You never want to hear goodbye after all, but you ever see you again on the same stars? I'm curious to see what you do once the battle is over. I mean, if it's ever over, have the Azzy done played evil trick on us? I don't know, Shalene. Being drunk and unbridled freedom sounds nice. It's so close. I could reach out and grab a tail of the comet. I need to cast battle commission behind. Start doing things on my own without having to rely on your good favor. Limitless possibilities lie ahead. I just have to survive the coming darkness. I just want to say I'm glad of your company, especially now. Our alliance is like a miraculous oasis blooming in the fierce desert heat. I'm glad to be your partner and friend and ally in the fight against the enemy. Get a gift, Dre. We have a hard battle ahead of us. Rest assured, soon. When it comes to matters of being in oblivion, Jay Hadari has the coldest mind and the bravest heart. Again, don't know what accent it was. Parasite is meticulously inspecting his gear, but turns his entire attention to your person you approach. Dolly, there you are. You have something very special waiting for you, do you not? A trial that will determine whether you stay on top or become dust at the feet of your enemy. Whatever comes, I'm glad to forge shoulder to shoulder with you. Careful, or else I might think you have gone soft and weak. I'll say this only once, Dolly. You're the reason for all my misfortunes, but also the reason why I survived. Despite the fury of Ulcomara and the wrath of the Black Heart, consider this confession an expression of my gratitude. You remain with me when it's over? Buck, your ship is but a tiny shell in a universe of endless possibilities open to my talents. Though the Reaving Tempest has ended, I can find a replacement for it. Not in Comara, but in the other dark corners of the sector. Slith, Corsairs, Monkey, and many who long to bend the knee to one who knows the canons of war and the tenets of slaughter. Yeah, that's about what I expected. Can't exactly change a Dark Eldar overnight, can ya? I hope your blade's been sharpened. The hour of great battle is near. My weapons are always ready for new victims, Dolly. That should be everyone, right? Well, I guess I could talk to everyone else. That's generous. You probably don't have much to say. Cogitator. Should just be jump into the battle now, shouldn't it? Mission to take off. We are heading to Epitaph. Actually, I'm taking... I don't know. Good setup. Huh. Well, I'm glad they're not pointing the guns at us. Seemingly. The Xeno's not showing any signs of aggression, simply staring ahead. There's an odd disoriented quality to it. Gloria. And not haze obscures your vision. For a moment, you see the metallic corpse of your feet turning into the bodies of soldiers kind of colours your deed. Honestly, I just think it's bizarre that they haven't phased out already. Oh, lordy. That's definitely a Doom side. Damn. Someone get the glyphs on that thing? This isn't just a tomb world falling apart. This is a tomb world in complete atrophy. I've never seen one this bad.
Let us see what I found.
The machine god grants me insight.
Necron Tech Hotshot Lasgun. Hesla grenade. I was saying I wanted more Necron stuff, but that's quite unexpected. I shall take these grenades because I suspect they will be. Is he just making the same rhythmic sound over and over, as if trying to say something, which train of thought and starting new every time? For a few moments, the metal particles lose their colour and become translucent. And you can see something dark and formless behind the metal, yearning to be born, but unable to do so. The few warriors who have risen walk without noticing how their ranks are thin. The procession is a far cry from the March of Annihilation is meant to be. We do suspect there's a void dragon emerging. Does something explain the complete lack of technical function? Broken metallic finger sticks out from behind the sarcophagus doors that are slightly ajar.
This explorator is blessed with
Astral currents. In the first round, they become really, really quick. That sounds decent, but I'm not sure. Damn, I'm really wishing I decipher the language and just tank the mines now. The drawn-out metallic groans from a painful and melody. The one that uses venomous spite. The armored plates sing an unknown language, and you feel as though the meaning is on the verge of reaching your mind. Unless the monster cuts your life short before that. The grating roar is more like the sound of metal torture instrument than a thing being speech.
I recognize our leader and a true warrior in this one. Yes, still a Xenos unworthy of life, but a warrior all the same. I bet this noble madman of battle will fall by my hand.
The Xenos' entire skeletal body is made of an unknown metal interlaced with greenish energy channels aglow with currents. Below its waist, the flares of a grav pad are humming and rattling. Its upper limbs fused into a formidable heavy cannon. Not a single part of the monster's body betrays vulnerability. Without a doubt, this is technological a superb machine, designed to annihilate all life. Disabling it will not be. Let's find another way. The sound of the vibrating metal plates is both the rhythmic malice of a march and the hollow hum of misery, the lamentive and mortal mechanism doomed to eons of wrath and battle, or else an impending demise. The salvo from the monstrous cannon's infernal orchestral chord that makes the very fabric.
Xenos scum! You don't belong in this galaxy!
Okay, so turning away was just not an option. Fair enough. Elegy of Sorrow. It's a destroyer, so truth be told, there was no diplomatic solution there. Unfortunately, I'm made of meat, which meant our interests were very unaligned. Myself shall hide back here behind this explosive canister.
I'll make it happen. I'll see to it personally.
Everyone loves Necrons. True. Necrons are the best. It's simply the rules. Hashtag not biased.
I'll make it happen. Who, if not me? On it. It's as good as done. I'll make it
I
happen.
came
Who, if not me?
to give you your first turn of many.
I will not.
She cannot see anything. What do you mean blighted, Necron Warrior? Huh.
Just designate a target.
That gives her line of sight, but makes her
I am
fairly
not your
vulnerable.
Xenos pet monkey.
Well,
If I must.
she can't even see the bloody death mark. Whatever.
I am not your Xenos ancestors. Guide me.
Bounty.
If it serves your cause, fortune
Double
favors
kill.
the swift.
Comfortable.
I'll make it happen.
I'll take my own shot and do quite a lot. I impress myself.
This tedium is
the next
ancestors
one.
guide me. favors the swift. If it serves your cause.
Back to the mortal and line
I
up shot
understand
against
your
that.
intent.
Me?
I should warp
If you
curves.
insist, Lord Captain.
I tell you to place a Scourge of the Red Tide back here.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Doing a whopping 3 damage, because of course it does.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Void Fire.
If I may.
I'll make it fight its friends. No, I cannot. Fair enough. Silly game. Don't you know they're supposed to have 6 shots?
My reckoning
Oh
will
dear.
be swift.
Okay, Heinrichs. Cheer everyone on. I'm just in this thing. Kill the Emperor.
I won't object to it.
Speed.
Naturally.
Generation, because there's no consequence. Ridiculously cheap skills right now. Unfortunately, I seem to have put a great big whirling death vortex where my guy's supposed to stand.
Obliterated.
Kind of embarrassing, but nothing I can't handle.
I need a foothold.
We're here in Debar.
Over there. For the throne's glory.
Sorry, Heinrichs, I am going to have to ask you to stand somewhere very unpleasant.
Focus, Van Kellogg's. Focus. Let's see to it.
What's this bum?
Smite your
And
enemies.
I know, heal
I
thyself.
won't object to it.
Infinite.
Actually, I'll have you know your legion.
The great sleep you will not undo me.
Sweet. Okay, step out and charge. Why can you not charge?
Cops play.
Fight them all.
Bite like a paw. Insignificant. So it shall
Pass the elegy. Flash the immortal. Take the immortal.
the wolf succeed.
Into the vortex.
I challenge you, Dandet.
Yeah. And I guess just like reckless rush. To build a stack of versatility or something. Scout, move up here.
Running binary
And hack them. A lot.
My vow is to do assemblement commencing.
It's a trap. Then make an intimidating attack. not bloody well target anyone right now, dang. She's not gonna spend all this hunt stack.
Insignificant. High momentum.
Sweet, okay.
I'll see to
All
it
those
personally.
bonuses, so she has ridiculous sub-penetration.
You should feel honored to
Here,
witness
relax.
this. This tedium is beneath. Ancestors, guide me! I am not your Xenos pet monkey. Stop trying, monkey. If it
Bang,
serves your
bang,
cause.
bang, bang.
I understand your
Bang.
intention. Another soul slips beyond the veil.
Alright, I should have probably
Weakness
cleaned
is
it on
hidden
that.
from
Oh well.
my sight.
Blam. Blam.
Ancestors guide me.
Bang.
I am not your Xenos pet monkey.
Pop some Deadeye shots with
Weakness
that.
is hidden from my sight. I am not your Xenos pet monkey.
Like, sure, should you to like 5%, but also 5% is quite a lot right now. Okay, so you can just get Heinrich, so just get Heinrich.
But of course, Lord Captain.
Ash and
Naturally, the Inquisition sends their regards.
I also want Iron Ulfgar. Why not?
It's as good as done.
Give them all a buff. Because I'm feeling nice.
I'll make it happen. Who, if
Give
not
your
me?
defense up and
On it.
Heinrich's break the ranks.
Holy Teller, smite your enemies.
Ancestors guide me.
Not bad at all.
I deal death with my hands.
I just took down a heavy destroyer from the
You
front.
cannot force me, Elantak.
And they don't seem to be particularly dead. Am I?
Me?
Reassemblement commencing.
Lol.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Actually, shouldn't I just like do this on Airlight and have her finish them off?
I shall prevail.
I understand your intent. No weakness is hidden from my sight. This tedium is beneath me. Another soul slips beyond the veil.
And there also just happens to be another Blighted Necron Warrior just vibing. Which we haven't done anything about, so... Cool. Heinrich, would you kindly?
Your reckoning is due.
Okay, so the Destroyer not phasing out, I understand, but the rest of them? That's bizarre. The tiny notebook is adorned with the coat of arms of House von Valentius. The pages made from real paper that carry a pleasant scent of perfume and are covered in ruler straight lines of text. The meaning is locked behind an intricate cipher, though you do not need to know the contents of it to identify the author. You know this perfect calligraphy handwriting all too well. I thought she was messing
Always
around
keep
with,
your
like,
eye on the prize.
chaos, but I think she was messing around with Necrons. I don't know if that's better or worse. I'd better. A bubbling steel. Yeah, this place is, everything is broken. Somebody gave me a cryptech. Akia. The main door at your feet is still alive, as evidenced by its heavy breathing. It was a woman once, sporting close-cropped hair and equipped for battle, and now her skin is shredded by the metal, sticking out of her body in a dozen places. Examine the woman. The body does not appear to have any external injuries. It has been maimed from the inside out. If her flesh were transmuted into metallic shapes that burst out of her skin, and turn her internal organs into a bloody sieve. Not very exposed burns have metallic gleams to them, while others still look natural. Hey, can you hear me? With a heavy jerk, the woman raises her head, emerging from oblivion, and focuses her gaze on you. Even in such a wretched state, her eyes still gleam with self-confidence, zest, and subtle shrewdness. That coat of arms rings a bell. Oh, Valancius, I'm not as surprised to you as you may think. Who are you? The woman tries to steal you, but a metallic cutting through her tendons has lost the control of her fingers. Anakia Kalpachi, Inquisition Acolyte, by the grace of Lord Incros Calcazar, the warden of the Epitaph 1 covert facility. Or what's left of it. What happened to you? I've been having trouble sleeping lately. Oh, I mean the metal things in my body? I've no idea. Looks like something has gone terribly wrong in the crypt. The Auspex has detected some unknown radiation, and everything went crazy. And Xenos didn't feel like sleeping in their coffins anymore, so they started trashing the place. And a partner was standing next to, suddenly grew a dozen tentacles, and one of them grazed me. I blacked out, and when I came to, I gave birth to a shuttle. Oh dear. It seems to be using their repair protocols on her. Come on, pariah. I believe. Never forget. I'm looking for Calcazar. Where is he? At the facility in the crypt. Making preparations for the emergency launch of the operation's final stage. I hope so. Or else he's already dead. Now I think about it, there are enough reasons to shoot. What facility? What operation? I guess you're still young if you don't know this word, where the big boys and girls say the word facility. It almost means a colossal secret weapon capable of destroying worlds. That's all you're going to get. Very disrespectful of me to spill a secret that so many have given their lives to protect. I see. Have I satiated curiosity? Not my favourite return. There's a packet low in my breast pocket. You want to keep the rest. Not feeling generous today. Good, you're old enough to know what these are for, won't you? Stick one into the tube and teeth and light the other. Just make sure you do the right way around. Let's be sure with each other. You have nothing to hide now you're dying. What is going on in this place? Great, let's give it a try. I'll take a shine to you for some reason. One day, Xavier decided to normalize himself in the history in a rather extravagant way. All for the Imperium's sake, of course. But then things didn't go as expected, even though we expected that they wouldn't. Now you'll better get far away from here, because whatever happens next, I doubt you're going to like it. Or you can go down there. Give the guts. Maybe immortalize yourself too. What I would do, but I'm insane, so I'm not the best example to follow. Is that a low stick? Saying something. Just enjoy it. It says bag for Alpha, but be careful. I mean, why does my coat of arms look familiar to you? Oh, I should know. It was on the uniforms my agents wore. And once I sent with Calcazar took an interest in the ladyship, Theodora to retinue. They didn't wear them for long, though. When I sent Theodora with Calcazar ultimatum, she purged a new of operatives. I'm very certain Theodora would have preferred to have my head as well, but the Lord Inquisitor recalled me to guard this treasure cave. Just in case Theodora decided to return for what she thought was hers, or the Dracarys that caused trouble. The Dracaria come to this world? Why? The Xeno freaks, my favourite partners. They had a crucial role to play in the operation you mustn't know anything about. Their visit to Epitaph left me with so many unforgettable moments. We were ordered not to fire on them first, but to split them into atoms if their skinny butts deviated so much a single degree of their appropriate through fight past. I swear, as if those fools were trying to get shot at with their half-witted provocations. They have a nickname for me, the Almost Witch. A compliment, I guess. How did your people infiltrate Theodore's retinue? A feint, a deception, a game of double and triple crosses. When they told her they intended to take revenge on Calcazar, she believed them. She was too eager to get back at Lord Inquisitor for taking a clever Archmage's advisor, Arbenard. You know Conrad Voidfear? Not sure if he's still alive, but back then he was Theodore's master of whispers. In theory, he should have been the one to pull out my operatives as spies.
But instead he thought that they were his chance to pull off a brilliant plot and prove to his mummy how great an heir he would become. It's true what they say about blondes. Every other one is thick as mints. Oh, so that's why he got ashamed. Wow. Yeah, that guy was just too much ambition, not enough sense. What was the ultimatum he gave Theodora? A message saying a dirty secret was now our dirty secret. He was the first to fit Epitar, and she found something here. Something too good even for someone of exalted status. Rogue Trader is not allowed to have such choice, and I replayed the most exact coordinates down to the last digit of the decimal point of the Lord Inquisitor. Why does no one from Theodora's retinue remember visiting the system? I can give you two versions of truth, the sugarcoat one, the honest one. The sugarcoat one, that version is that once Theodora realised just what she had in her hands, she didn't matter if the utmost secretary, and might not the memories of all members of the crew. The honest version is that she might not the important people and dispose of the rest. Theodora depressurised compartments by entire blocks, casting any unwanted witnesses out into the void. Need to free up space in the hold for the spores anyway. You've heard about mind lock technology. The subject memories of times or events will be placed under a special lock that can only be opened by a key phrase, one that most likely only Theodora would know. Now I know enough. What do you do? What do we do with her? I suggest granting the acolyte the Emperor's peace, in honour of our years of working together. You've always been so sentimental, so attached to your college. Yeah, your eyes. Oh, sorry. That's the store point. This is where it all ends for you. An act of mercy or revenge? Mercy. Rest in peace. Girl, why did you use a sniper rifle? Why did you shoot her? Girl, stop! Girl, stop! She's already very dead. 3 shots with a sniper rifle. It takes more than a few strikes to end the life of the already half-dead woman. The metal skull screeches under the pressure but does not break, and her heart keeps pumping blood through her shredded veins. Finally, her agony comes to an end. We could have had a pariah. Oxy filmed cast metal insignia like the ones worn by Theodora's bodyguards. One of them splatters dried blood on them.
My success was inevitable.
This time is least 2 descendant genus of higher status. Type like voraciously gnaws away at human metal, and also these the walls of the crypt.
Keep your wits about you.
There!
Ooh, the Mind Killer staff. Each enemy the psychic kills with a psychic power from the telepathy discipline permanently increases the effective power of all telepathy discipline saves this character wields by +1. That is incredible. Unfortunately, I left the telepath at home, and I didn't give Von Kalloch's telepathy. He would have been really good with it. One of these ancient sacred and priceless machines labelled Von Kalloch's property mark on Elizabeth Starkey and Lucy.
I always have a backup plan.
Oh, sweet, tech priest. And what sounds like shooting. The elevator system is installed a long time ago. Come to a broad dynastic coat of arms. Oh my, Scorpec Lord! I was very holding fair defense. You're gone for and hold the line. Xenos Knight lets out a clanging howl, portending imminent death. Xenos Knight. I've never heard of a Scorpec referred to as a knight. I usually see them as abominations. And I mean that partially as a oh well. Wait, you're starting to fight up here? Oh yeah. Geometric sentinel. Yeah, I would not describe that thing as a sentinel per se.
I'll make it happen.
Okay.
I'll see to it personally.
Both penetration.
I'll make it happen.
Cover. Let's be realistic and
My gut tells me it's a bad idea. I'll see to it personally.
establishing nothing. Okay. Irrelect.
On it. It's as good as done.
She's got sight of most of all the battlefield, that's good.
If I must.
Wow. Actually, she
Not
can
your
see
zip.
literally the entire battlefield, that's amazing.
I understand your
Fine.
ancestors. Guide me.
And
Fortune favors the swift.
I'll see to it personally.
can't move you guys. You take aim.
Who,
I'll
if
finish
not
up.
me? Another enemy down.
I've not heard many of my kill voice lines. Oh dear. Oof.
You will pay an even great.
There goes our cover. Yeah, no, that's not good.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Alicia curse. Pull that guy out of cover. Shot that. That's good.
If I may,
Huh? Well, I guess they can do that.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. I'll
Relax.
show you why
Would you kindly?
navigators are feared.
If it serves your cause. No weakness is hidden from my sight.
What?
If I
Always
I am not
embarrassing
your
when they fail at
pet monkey.
95% twice in a
your
row. Wow.
If it serves your cause. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. This tedium is beneath.
Whatever.
The dynasty will rise again.
Bang.
Take me.
Sure, why not?
I will not. If
Like-
it serves your cause.
Just can't.
If I favors the swift. I am not your Xenos pet monkey.
Oh, and I accidentally did the thing where I use all the buffs and don't need any points for shooting.
Don't like that. Our foes reek of cowardice.
Go here and blast them.
Is on the hunt. I will carve runes out of your bones.
Nice miss.
Cubs playing.
Nice miss.
I hunger for
They're here. I think I should stood there and got the pen. Oh well. Pascal, who just happens to have a huge amount of, because why not? Blows up Necrons with mine.
Request approved. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
I did that thing again.
The order is contrary to dogmatic protocol. Momentum.
Heinrich,
Let's see
buff
to it.
yourself.
For the throne's glory. Let's see to it. Everyone.
I'll cast Regeneration on Ulfar so he doesn't die when that thing decides to use his big choppers on him. Can you even shoot from this distance? You cannot. I'm
But
debuffed
of course, Lord Captain. I won't object to it.
Oh joy, there's more Necrons. Also a warrior, another Tesla Immortal. Warrior. I guess I don't need to specify the Tesla Immortals because they've not spawned any Gauss Immortals, I think. I'm not.
I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen. It's as good as done. Here's
Here,
my
lads.
perfect moment.
If it serves your cause.
Sniper.
Guide me.
Bang.
This tedium is
Bang.
beneath. I am not your secret.
Bang. Woohoo.
I deal death with my hands. I understand your intent. I am not your secret.
Oh yeah, we should probably do this one.
No more.
Kid named over penetration.
If I'm
Isn't this a job for the serfs? I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Mount.
Fur painted black.
I thought that'd do more. Oh well. so funny. Death marks have a single eye, as if that wouldn't completely mess up their depth perception. Just amuses me so.
Hidden from my sight. I am not your seed. This tedium is beneath. I deal death with my hands. Stop trying, monkey. You cannot force me, Elantak. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
By the wolf's eye, perish!
I don't think he's the best candidate for that, but whatever.
You, damn get! My hand is thunder! My strike is ruin!
Stomp him. Lamb.
Don't dishonor the wolf with such tasks. Give this task to someone lesser. So it shall be insignificant.
We have Pascal move up into any cover. Still, I'm going to explode that club.
The spiritual prognosis is favorable.
Reassemblement commencing.
Running binary override.
Let's see to it. For the throne. But of course,
Just regenerating yourself so you don't get eaten or something. Hear that.
No more.
It's just this one, right? Just a single tile out of reach. Oh, that is painful.
On it.
I move as if unseen.
Who if not me?
Reassemblement commencing.
No. Man, I really wish I'd gone for the deciphering. The Kosovar is formidable underframes, can no longer bear his weight. With armor plates clanging, his great bulk slumps. A deep sound full of rage and tragic despair is born in his chest. You notice the convulsions in the Xenos' limbs. The light is flickering in his eyes. Perhaps something went wrong during this monster's awakening from stasis, damaging his engrams and plunging him to madness. What are you? The Xenos' limbs shiver at the sound of your voice. He emits a deep hum full of dour pride. You're unable to decipher it, but you can sense his disdainful rage and stern resolve to kill you. This is neither dissipation of a prowling beast nor the blinding rage of insanity, but the instinct of a warrior. A warrior of iron, a sentinel of the tomb of the ancient ones, a child of the Ingir, the stoutest devourers, and an eternal enemy of the Esturani. Yolat grips the weapon in her hands tightly, as if expecting the terrifying warrior to spring to life and attack any second. The watch is over. So strange, framing the destroyers here not as insane sufferers of the destroyer curse, but as, you know, noble sentinels of the tomb. Like, that's a Scorpec Destroyer Lord. I used 2 of them in my last game to completely rip apart organic life with Simple imputiny. I really like that framing. I really wish I knew what they were saying. The Xenos dies with a piercing howl of wrath. There is no fear in these sounds, only the stubbornness of true warrior with a touch of regret is the... A terrible rumble comes from somewhere deep inside the crypt as soon as the green fire goes out in the warrior's eyes. The glow of the glyphs upon the walls becomes chaotic and disarrayed. Something just broke irreparably in this crypt.
Oh.
It wasn't me. I'm innocent.
I always...
Did these thumbnails have any worth to us? No, it doesn't look it. Now, would you mind telling me what's going on here? Activate the shield. Lord Inquisitor is expecting the rogue trader below. Wow. I expected many things, but not an invitation. Somebody saw this bear grave wounds fixed by Gauss weapons. The most skilled chirurgeon would be likely be powerless
Rise
to
to the
heal
top,
them.
or get left in the dust.
A bulky device is a machine spirit continuously moving with protected force field. He was holding the Xenos at bay. But just looking at its unsteady flickering, one cannot help but wonder how long this barrel will last. Knife. Oh. Oh, that's a Tesseract bolt. That's a closed Tesseract bolt. Well, technically, obelisk. Yeah, no, that thing's gonna open up and reveal a Star God. Very, very soon. I like how, because it's a scan of an actual model, it has the scarabs completely immobile
Always
on it
keep your
instead of
eye on the
crawling all
prize.
over. Something, authenticity, something. Oh, this is perverse. I mean, if I had to find like 4 copies of myself, that's fine, because I'm Weenie Hut Juniors. I'm weak. I've been thinking of Weenie Hut Juniors a lot lately, because I've been playing Plague Inc., and I like to call the infect everyone, then get total organ failure, the Weenie Hut Juniors playstyle. Because it's just so lame. Recently I've been trying to get the, not another zombie virus achievement to no success. That thing mutates so violently. Reality bubbles before you and bursts in an agonizing shriek. A few silhouettes now stand in your way. 3 of them seem to have your face, and yet the differences are striking. You've just been marked by other accomplishments and different experiences, making you feel like the protagonist of a tale about a pair of twins separated at birth. And a righteous reflection. Emperor, bestow strength upon me to smite yet another obstacle as I carry out your will. My master, change your ways. Is this your making? No, I feel this is not. You're not playing tricks on me. You are sending me prey for a great sacrifice. Is this some ironic lesson in what is going on? Should I be looking in the mirror a little less? Or perhaps try to look at myself from the outside? Or is this a hint that I'm my own worst enemy? I should ponder this in my memoir. I see. So that's these are the 3 different routes someone can take. The blatant abuse of the fabric of existence is causing the motes of reality to flare up. You see the mirage of the coronous expanse in that glow, altered past recognition by the decisions you've made, or could have made in some other world. Who are you? Your replica smells understanding. I am Dolly von Valentius the Magnificent, and if I know myself, which I most certainly do, you're now pondering what that makes you. The answer is simple. You're my reflection from a less glorious reality, a product of the malign influence of the treasure that I seek. Makes the sign of Quilin utters, I am a blazing paragon of humanity, unbroken by tribulations, the first to venture into the darkness without fear, and the one who unites and brings back that which was forfeited. I am a rogue trader of the God Emperor. The last doppelganger smiles coyly.
Speaking of me, I'm the only version of ourselves who chose the path of true power. I serve the Master, the Changer of Ways. I only chance upon my reflections in his dreams, which is why I'm the only one without a dumbstruck expression on my face. No, you're not me. No, Persona. Welcome to my reality, esteemed guests. To your reality? Funny that. Reality is malleable like clay. I feed it with the energies of the warp and shape it to match my whims. I'm enriched of realities and you're jumped up into flipper. So one of my versions chose to serve the arch enemy. I do not serve. I Most intelligent chaos worshipper. I don't serve the dark powers. I don't serve the dark powers. They serve me. Okay, which one used the god in this arrangement? Sorry, I must have missed that. You grovel, but I dominate and rise you for hire. Notice that the replica is sporting elaborate makeup. Under a layer of powder, the doppelganger's face looks strange, his skin covered in wrinkles. Somehow they remind you of closed eyelids. Kira opens her mouth and you see the blackness between her teeth in place of her tongue. 100 otherworldly warp voices speak instead of her voice. The Master requests a sacrifice, a living sacrifice. Toss them into the warp, their paths will be unraveled and woven into yours. Why did you come to Epitar? My Master, the Changer of Ways, directed me here and revealed my destiny. This is where I'll cut short the life of the Corpse Empress champion and claim the great trophy. This is where I'm fated to become one with the warp. I wonder at what point your soul was tainted by heresy. It happened on the day Comrade Voidfear wounded me with the cursed blade. From then on, I started hearing voices. Fortunately, my companion Adira taught me how to avoid going insane. And I began to listen to and heed their wisdom. They revealed secrets to me and whispered in the dark rituals. I raided the Von Valentia's crypt, made a dark offering of Theodora's skull, and enslaved her spirit. I learned all her dark secrets and all her lies. I saw the full picture and realized that only the strongest survive in the expanse, and only strength is good enough to survive.
In short, you've gone from being a rogue trader to a piece of clock in a mess. This is really interesting, but shut up. I've just realized I've not given your spiritual fortune a collection that deserves that fitter.
Ah, thank you, Ulfar. Have you cheated much in your profane path? Oh, I have. My empire is no paltry protectorate. It stretches across the Windscale's domain in the words of Corda. Where my brother Kunrad is regent. Now that one in for the backstabbing. Together we rule many planets. I deceived Earl on the Fool and banished him from the Expanse after subverting his cult. I taught the brazen Drukhari a lesson by sending our Celio navigators into Comera to cause the most powerful disjunction in history. On Quetzaltemar, I struck down the furious Caligos. A ritual for the favour of the Dark Gods, and used his blood to make a patch with the edge of daybreak, my illustrious teacher.
Emperor, why do you so rarely send me heretics who are this eager to confess? My job would be so much easier.
House of Celio would never swear allegiance to someone like you. We follow his light, and you are twisted chaos incarnate. Now I see that Asheran has blessed my path, for in this reality, I met a human with a powerful and radiant soul unyielding to corruption. I remember you, little Xenos. I remember you and your kin begging for mercy I sent you off, one after another, to feast the Lord of Pleasure. You are disgusting. You won't believe how little I care about what you think. Your faith seems to be powerful enough of us combined. I remember in whose name the sacred warrant was granted. I remember by whose hand I am ordained to exist. I believe, and my faith is a bright light driving back the darkness. But your faith is cold embers, and when I look at you, I feel ashamed of myself. You come here to help Kalkazar? The future is not known to me. Lord Inquisitor did not give me the full details of Operation Precious Sentinel, but he mentioned its importance to the entire Imperium. I have come to lend him my aid, or to stop him if his plans go against the will of the God Emperor. The doppelganger vigorously chops the air with a hand, and notice some stiffness in movement, as well as a subtle grimace of pain. As you look closer, you realize that lurking under your replica's clothes are chains of penance with jagged hooks digging into her flesh. Such instruments of humility are worn only by the most fervent believers. Cassia covers her eyes with a hand and shakes her head sorrowfully. The heat of your hues is blinding, Lord Captain. Scarlet and gold shroud your very essence in an overpowering radiance, but deep inside, I see a palpitating smudge of sable blue which you've banished, which you loathe, and which ruins the perfection of the image. Are you afraid of a misstep? Of loneliness? The Emperor turning away from you? Do not dare lay your accursed eye on me! The copy's roar is deafeningly loud.
How did you even survive the cleansing Iraq V, monster of a House of Celio? 5 monsters there. Bellic and I crushed your mad followers and purged Navigate House corruption. Did your heretical powers enthrall my copy's weak spirit in this reality? How ignoble, how disgraceful. Where did such piety come from? It filled me on the day the Sister Argenta and I executed Theodora for heresy. I saw all her wickedness and depravity and felt unclean, stained by her blood. So I swore to redeem the name of the dynasty. Lord Inquisitor from your reality must be pleased with you. How many feats of faith have you accomplished? Not yet enough. I struck down Caligos Winterscale, a champion of Khorne in the ruins of Dargonus. I joined forces with a benevolent Insignia Quarter to purge the cult of the Final Dawn when they incited rebellion, and used footfall to summon a greater demon named Edge of Daybreak. The unclean spirit is now sealed within the station that I have proclaimed forsaken forever. Wolfar shifts an approving glance from Double to you, then mutters quietly in spirit, I'll be Shirat Vesa still. He decided it'd be... After the purging of Janus, the Xenos of Krudarag and the Cabal of the Reading Tempest forged a profane alliance against my protectorate. But with the noble Space Wolves, I defeated like my force and banished them the expanse.
That must have been a glorious hunt, but maybe it'll come to pass in our rule too. You hear that? We massacred their leches.
Dude. I won't lie. I don't approve of what they've done, but I do approve of their faith. Such strong faith commands respect. I'm ready to acknowledge your repentance against justice. And the arrogant copy. You seem to think you are better than the rest of us, don't you? And yet, I was the only one clever enough to become the mistress of my own fate, not be reduced to someone else's plaything or a slave to dogma. Why did you seek to enter the crypt? I came to claim the treasure. Whatever it is, Theodora found it, which makes it mine. Xavier will regret trying to steal from my dynasty. I became very principled and vengeful when my treasure hoard is concerned. And I failed a Medicaid test? Seriously? Oh. Yeah, no, that was a very close thing, if I only had 10 points higher. I wonder how you acquired such an ego. Lack of pointless advice, I presume. On the day Kunrad killed Theodora, all of her officers died with her, including Mort, Abelard, Idira, Ravel, Vidus. When I came to my inheritance, there was no one to teach me how to be a rogue trader. I handled everything myself and found out who Theodora von Valensis really was. Wow, losing Abelard? And Idira, oh dear. And, oh my, that's actually everyone. Wow. So in a timeline where I don't have my council. Oh wow, that's kind of miserable, isn't it? I can't imagine the future without, well, past the Abelard. Narcissistic, unscrupulous, self-serving witch who lied to everyone. I admit I regretted not getting the chance to know her better. I embraced her principles and realised that literally everyone in the Cronus Expanse was out to take advantage of me. The Jerusians and the Pirates, the Adeptus Mechanicus and the Caspelica, Calcazar and Urlon. And so the puppet pulled at the strings made a master's dance. I dare say things turned out well for me. Tisiphone, my sworn friend and most overbearing shrew in all the expanse. Of course you're here as well. I see you're in the thick of things as usual. What? I think you mistake me for someone else. Indeed, in this ren's reality, you're some kind of pathetic parody of yourself. I'm going to rip you to shreds. You achieved much of that, loyal allies. Indeed I have. I'm the most influential figure in the entire expanse. Caligos was slain by the Xenos and his successor Evany became my puppet. Insignia chases pirates, not realizing it is me who is raiding her colonies. I was able to make a pact with the Cabal of the Reading Tempest against Calcazar, forcing him to flee. And I took a dozen expeditions into the unknown, moved the dynasty capital to footfall, named Fladdy my governor, and made her own as the cardinal. Not too bad for a novice, wouldn't you say? I feel sorry for you. You have to shoulder the burden of power all on your own. Rubbish! The burden of power is a fiction invented by the powerful to shield themselves against envy. I did just fine on my own and proved that I need no one else. Do you hear me? No one. Emperor, what an insufferably smug, arrogant, and childish insolent creature. How can a single rogue trader embody everything I loathe for? The situation has just become complicated. How are we going to resolve it? We shall fight. I sense your soul's greedy interest in what is hidden in this crypt. Now I'm not allowed to take possession of this blasphemous thing. But I see we're outnumbered compared to you, Doppelganger. I think it would be wise to join forces, topple you first, and then resolve the conflict between those who survived. I concur. We'll finish off the prize with the biggest retinue first. We'll finish off the one with the biggest retinue first and decide who's worthy of the prize. However, I already know who it's going to be. This version of reality has no need for you. Farewell, the ones who never meant to be. Killing yourself is a peculiar form of martyrdom. Martyrdom in the name of profit.
You will beg for mercy, but I will grant none. I will deliver furious retribution.
Agenda the scourge. Oh dear.
I'll see to it personally.
So,
It's as good as done. I'll make it happen.
I'm sorry for the zealous one, but I'm always be everything in moderation. Now, Arlette.
If I must. If it serves your cause. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. If it serves your cause.
Level 1 of combat.
Guide me.
Seek the mage
This
first.
tedium is beneath me.
Never felt pain like this.
I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen.
Infinite penetrating gun, says what? Oh, she's got a mutant arm.
I know what is to come.
That's up a full golden arm, doesn't it?
Vengeance will be swift.
That's pyromancy. An assassin.
Guided by faith.
I think it's so funny how they objectively have a demon worshipper and an emperor worshipper working together to take out an emperor worshipper. Not really how it's supposed to go, is it?
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
The whispers call to me. I'll brush this off.
Bang, bang,
Furthest the
bang.
swift. If it serves your cause. I am not your
Bang.
Xenos. Weakness is hidden from my sight.
Catch my breath.
I understand your intention.
Bang.
Pay with your blood in the name of Kalamensha.
Wild hunt.
Guide
Stop me.
No weakness is hidden
And
from
bang.
my sight. This tedium is
Argenta.
beneath. If it serves your cause, I will not. If
I'll
I
line up the
must.
next shot. really think it's very fun how they've taken this visual novel aspect of this game and just really played it up with it. Like, yeah, it's different playthroughs, different AUs. Very cool.
The failure of their crude machinery was inevitable.
There's Pascal. You should have opened with that.
Let's make some opportunities.
Right, the enemy's actually using cover really well, which is super annoying. Super annoying. I managed to completely mismatch myself.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? If I may,
I've faced worse than this.
I've done this in
I'm
much,
a navigator,
very much.
not a servitor. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Throne take you. Let's see to it.
Uh,
I won't object to it.
Ration.
Let's see to
Healing.
it. I'll put my psychic abilities to use.
We can.
I won't object to it.
Enemy.
Naturally. For the throne's glory.
Charge.
Just need to tough it out.
Sends their regards. Let's see to it.
Bang. Oh, wow.
I won't object to it.
Flash down.
Naturally.
Let's rush back into cover so we can get gunned down again. Ulfa.
None can do this better than a warrior of the All-Father. Wolves
Dash. Bang. Miss.
see how the wolf succeeds. Wolves
Go here and bang. Like it.
feel the icy bite of death.
Brush this off.
Fenris shoulder. None can do this.
Flash. I know I was asking an unfortunate question. Can Irelit see anyone? She can see Sister into the
If it serves your
skirt.
cause.
And one shot. Wow. Even I wasn't expecting that.
You should feel honored to witness
I might
this.
just have the wolf just come down.
So shall I. Tis thunder.
Just barely.
I die in disgrace.
I'm on you. Improved heavy bolter. Each kill with this weapon increases rate 5 to 1. That is incredibly good. Voidsman armor. A hide one. Imperial Pride. Psychers and Heretics are much more. And there's the 1 star again. Oh well.
Is there money to be made?
On this, there's an anti-vehicle revolver with explosive shots, an auto-striking power sword, very nice, and panoply of assassin. Each round the wearer's dodge increased by 10%. this is a timeline where I was kind. I haven't ever been maxed out because I kept dancing around Dongamatic. Oh yeah, so striking power. Very good. Why not? And this Adira has Staff of Shock and Awe. And the Malleus. Are they? Hold on. Against the lightning. I see. It's just an improved version of her normal lightning stuff. Awesome. And there's this with a heavy melter. A life-draining sword for heretics and demon armor. Oh, there's something. Well, 60%, and...
Too hard for a simple monkey.
Oh, the dynastic symbol itself. Okay. I wonder what dynasty it is. Because it's got the general black and green with gold accents of the primary dynasty of Necrons, which name I'm definitely not forgetting, because that would be super embarrassing if a Necron player got the name of the Saltec dynasty off their head. Irelet gets a boost to her agility and Enos, those with it. Henrix gets a boost to his strength and Miriam, I guess. Cassia gets boost her intelligence. Miriam, why not? Alpha gets strength and a bonus to athletics, to which is a good thing to take. And Pascal, who's a hilarious concussion. That's a bit of perception for better shooting and a bit more. Or Xeno.
Fate and fortune favor the bold.
I need your full cooperation.
Integrity factor increased.
That's the memory
Success
core of the
is
Xenos.
irrefutable certainty.
Asking plus 10% damage. Oh. Each negative effect. We inflict quite a lot of negative effects. Like our first attack inflicts burning kind of deal. Yeah, I think I might just swap out her Deadeye build, which I've not been using Deadeye shots on. got more headshots against, you know, some. I think our shadow field could be nice. Oh, sure, why not? I'll try that out. Sniper rifle. Where does not use the elusive effective attack from cover? Good for a shooty assassin. Because that's definitely a build people use, I'm sure. It's decent, but I'm not really sniping proper like. The tech blights are barely affected this bridge, but what is completely devastating? Also, it's definitely the tech blight.
Always have a
not
backup
like
plan.
something like the tech blight. It is the tech blight. Oh, have fun down there. Rosary defense. That's pretty nice.
I have learned much in my exile.
Open the pocket.
Operation successful.
So that looks like Alcazar. Well, increase that. We're progressing according to plan. Please before we reach the target. Oh wow, they really were making the progress through this. Look, Alcazar's tech blight enabled him to do all this.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
My success was inevitable.
Bleed.
Okay, looks like I'm doing a round of medical care, so I'm gonna die.
Miscalculations are for commoners. I don't make mistakes. I make profitable learning experiences.
I needed that.
Hold still.
Your assistance is much
I
appreciated.
don't think Ulfar has any injury perks.
I need your full cooperation. Keep your wits about you.
Another amnetic destroyer.
Temporary setback.
Oh, that was
I have a nose
persistent.
for profit and a taste for adventure. I won't forget this.
I owe you a debt. Hold still.
You have my thanks.
Honestly, it'd just be more effective if I just did this.
I need your full cooperation.
I needed that.
Stop squirming.
I'm
Hold still.
grateful.
Stop squirming.
You have my thanks.
I need your full cooperation.
My frail organics
Hold
required
still.
it.
Your assistance is much appreciated.
Wait. Okay.
Let
Now we
us not
proceed,
dawdle.
right? I mean, I presume that was the door first. Oh, sorry, am I walking in on something? Good afternoon, Lord Inquisitor Calcazar.
I see that you did not heed my warnings, Dolly. Your decision to come here in spite of them may have consequences, but we still have a chance to turn this into everyone's advantage if your ladyship listens to me very carefully. Master Vigalox, I am pleased to see you. How was your journey?
Illuminating, Lord Inquisitor. Eric's tone would have frozen anyone else solid, but not Calcazar. What are you doing here?
Exactly what my duty dictates. Saving the Imperium. Isn't it obvious?
Is that what you're here for? What is that?
You call it a shard. And yes, as you've noted quite aptly, it is the reason I am here. This construct contains an ancient, rather, a pre-ancient being of cosmic power. They were called the Catan. The entity is currently trying to escape, and I am here to collar it.
Calcazar nods at the giant device, whose design clearly points to it having been brought into the crypt from outside. No one in this world is capable of taming the power of the chewing gear, the star devourers. If you think even a small imprisoned part of one of them is going to give it to you, you are mad, monkey. Mad and short-sighted. What is this Catan shard? Is that what is it? What is it doing here?
A specimen of an ancient predator race. Devourers of pulsars who feast on star systems. Reality itself bent to their power, but many millennia ago, an ancient Xenos race managed to defeat them, shatter them into pieces, and lock them away in prisons like the one you see before you.
The Ingir are no mere predators, monkey. They are not just another sentient race. The ancient tales speak of a great war between the Ingir and the Old Ones, and in that war the Ingir found allies to whom they promised unbounded gifts. You have seen them, Alantark. Your species call them Necrons. The Ingir granted them everything they needed to fight their enemies, but their Lagress came at a price. Tricked into a state that was neither life nor death, the Metal Warriors served the Star Devourers for eons until they finally rebelled and confined their masters to prisons such as this one. You wish to be tricked by their power too?
Your unsanctioned Xenos has a point, rogue trader, which isn't the same as saying she is right. The Imperium will harness this creature's power and turn it against our enemies.
And you think you stand a chance against such power?
Do you mean to say that a human is not capable of such a feat? But I'm not just a human. I am an instrument of the Emperor's will, one of many. And the Imperium is omnipotent. If I were to fail, another would follow in my footsteps. That is how humanity makes the impossible possible, with hands of particular people in particular circumstances. Your skepticism is unwarranted.
I would say this creature helps save the Imperium.
Over my years of service, I have come to realize that the main problem that humanity faces in this war is the imbalance in power. Our opponents are not races or nations, but incomprehensible monsters. And it is high time we acquired one of our own. My yoke will bind this creature and make it a chained guard serving the Emperor. That's not the full extent of my vision. There are other shards similar to this one, scattered across this galaxy. I plan on seeking out and confining them all inside the yoke. Each conquered monstrosity will bolster our defenses.
What? Okay, I've seen some harebrained designs in my time, but this takes the cake and then some. I want to collect Catan shards like they're pieces of puzzle and put them together. Yeah, and do you ever wonder why we broke them into pieces? Yikes. Just no. My man. I would have been happy if you were just using the Drukhari for your own profit. This is so much worse. This is so much worse.
I still have many questions for you. Given the circumstances of the meeting, I do not see why I should hide anything. I seriously doubt you will share this information with anyone else, for one reason or another.
How did this thing end up in your possession?
Thanks to your predecessor. I arrived in the Expanse at call of Explorative Fleet to deal with the Archmage's Harmonot's heresy, but I quickly came to the realization that Corrodus Expanse's problems ran much deeper than tech heresy. Unprecedented piracy running wild, blatant smuggling of Xeno artifacts, willful and impetuous rogue traders, and growing threat of the ruinous powers. All this within a region that the Drukhari consider their domain. Frankly, I considered purging the entire Expanse. It would have been much easier to burn down this whole tangle of threats and corruption. The web of spies I'd woven presented me with much more interesting and radical solutions. While investigating Armonot's connections, I turned my eye to Theodora von Valentius, who ultimately gave me the shard.
How was Theodora involved in all this?
Theodora's instincts were uncanny. She spent decades hunting for a key that could open a dimensional gate, as if she knew that there was something incredible waiting for her on the other side. Her ladyship was lucky enough to discover the shard during one of her expeditions. A trophy that was too much for her to handle. Archmage's Armonot studied it on Theodora's behalf, creating weapons in exchange for access to the dangerous relic. But her research was too primitive and ambitious compared to the true power contained inside the shard. I had one of my own acolytes, Tanakia, send her spies to Theodora. They infiltrated the rogue trader's retinue, earned their trust, and reported to me about this magnificent object. The rest was trivial. I seized Epitar and laid down the conditions for our further coexistence. She was wise enough to concede defeat with dignity. I commenced Operation Precious Sentinel. I fled Garazol and Epitar, took the key to the dimensional gate from Theodora, sealed the gate, and started the creation of the yoke. I kept Theodora and her heirs in my sight, just in case. Not long after her death, I assigned Heinrich to her in order to rendezvous with him on Arkham Norris. But your ladyship inherited him instead. I admit I wasn't aware of you. Theodora managed to keep her secret hair up her sleeve. It is unfortunate I was not privy to all the details of this.
What is the yoke?
A containment device similar to this one, except better. The yoke was devised by the brightest minds of two races using the ancient wisdom of a long-gone Xeno civilization. A prison capable not only of holding the Catan shard, but also of controlling it while releasing factions of its being. An instrument of obedience and destruction. A masterpiece whose creation required immense effort. It's been referred to. I captured Armonot's student, Axiomantha, and she passed all of her mentor's drafts to me. And the one overseeing the process is not other than your acquaintance, the tech priest Cubist Delphin. His fall was regrettable. It seems the unorthodox daring things he did at my behest drove him to break his vows and sink into heresy. The human mind could never have comprehended the shard, alone. And thus I appealed to the inhuman mind. I struck a deal with the Drukhari. Theft of sacraments and secrets of the Adeptus Mechanicus, registered. Inciting a devout tech priest to commit heresy, registered. Blasphemous merging of sacred technologies with forbidden ones, registered. Further transgression registration discontinued. The drill on Pascal's Mechadendrite shrieks in fury. You collaborated with the Drukhari? Alas, the operation demanded it. Through the agents of one of my acolytes and Lena, I contacted Archon Imerus and made a pact. I gave her access to the technologies contained within this relic and destroyed her rivals in the Cabal. She would relay information on her raids to my spies, and I would solve the problem. In exchange, her homunculus, Telantius, forged the yoke for me. Of course, I did not let him near the shard itself, but rather set out a laboratory for him on Quetzaltema. It was safe that way. The pieces were contributing to my plan, but none had enough information to comprehend the entirety of it.
Iris cringes at Calcazar's words.
You disposed of Emelina like unwanted rubbish, like waste material, after all her years of faithful service to the Golden Throne. Unfortunately, I had to send Emelina away and remove her from the board. A shrewd woman of principle. I used to value those qualities of hers, but suddenly they started to get in the way of my plan. It would have been safer to eliminate her before she could figure out what was going on, but I must have grown mightily over the years and was loath to part with a good agent. Or perhaps I was simply being sentimental.
Why did the Drukhari want the shard?
One of the most complicated and perfect creations of a race much older than Drukhari. It is no mere object, but a treasure trove of technology. A wise master can uncover many secrets simply by observing it.
I don't particularly like either of these things, because one of them is like, wow, I agree with what you're doing, and the other one is, I hate your in particular. A sound strategy.
Trust me, your ladyship, the threat of alien paled in comparison to that posed by the ruinous powers. Aramis could plunder 1,000 worlds, but she's no Urlon the Cruel. She was greater danger to her own kin as she was the Imperium. Disruption she caused among the Drukhari was only to our benefit. She intended to trigger a powerful disjunction at Comara, thereby destroying her rivals and elevating her own cabal in the process. Knowing full well how precarious her grand plan was, I made no attempt to talk her out of it. With little luck, we wouldn't have to need to worry about Comara's influence. It was a dark day when you dropped on under the tail of your rotten wound mother, Lucian traitor. While we were fighting to exterminate the Xenos, you were busy carousing with them. I don't know, Zuna, I would have ripped your pitch-black heart out of your chest.
I readily believe that. Since we're being so candid, I must note you proved to be a much less convenient tool than I had anticipated. This new information about the pact, combined with the astro observation data collected in the star system, resolves the inconsistencies identified earlier. Unit Savior Calcazar stands accused of stealing the astrographic records of the Cognizance fleet. I'm amazed by your analytical prowess. Yes, I needed stars to feed the shard. The Cabal of the Reaving Tempest could steal them and bring them here, but it's imperative to preserve the exact energy parameters so as not to trigger the object of premature detonation. I procured the necessary information on the suitable stars from the Explorative Fleet's data scriptorium. Registering a Category 1 blasphemy, Unit Xavier Calcazar is hereby sentenced to intra-vital dissection and study. Upon the cessation of vital functions, unit remains must be disposed of in disgrace. The denizens of Rykard systems sent Pride and all the other starless worlds. You were the one who sentenced them to death by sending Drukhari to their sons.
Well noted, yes. Noted. Yes, I acted as their executioner, as regrettable as those losses were. However, to overestimate the importance of the Imperium would have been folly. Every single day, humanity pays a far more terrible price, and that must be brought to an end.
And I take it you decided to get rid of your Xenos allies?
There was no more need for them. The the yoke was almost complete, and the situation was escalating out of control. Theodore was dead, the cult of the Final Dawn had reared his head and was preparing to strike, and Imerus had forgotten her place. She was putting forward too many elimination requests. When I told her to curb her appetite, she retaliated. The theft of Rykard's star was timed to occur when Master Van Kalix would be on the planet. The Archon wanted to rob me of one of my agents and send a message. What? Rykard's son vanished because of me? And then the Coronis expanse was engulfed in flame. I had to rush the operation and declare sector-wide martial law. The web I gave that Imerus' warriors had been using was destroyed, and the facility on Quetzaltemma razed. I evacuated half of the yoke that Tervantis had completed, but it was too late to retrieve the second half in Euphrates II. Ibis Delphin revealed to Urlon the Cruel where he should strike, and almost spelled the end of Operation Precious Sentinel. I appreciate your efforts in resolving this problem. It actually turned out to be much more useful than Theodore ever was.
Why do you call these Starties to come to your aid?
I needed a remarkably strong force to keep my Xenos allies in check. The Emperor's Angels were just the weapon I was looking for, except, considering the sensitive nature of my operation, I couldn't very well risk requesting aid from my allies in the Death Watch, could I? And then I remembered an old debt owed to me by a Space Wolves great company. I decided to call in a favour. They were an asset at first. The Wolves helped me close the dimensional gate by overwhelming its security systems. I tasked them with hunting the Xenos condemned by Imerus, but eventually they started prying. That was unacceptable. I could control Thorbold by giving him more tempting targets, but the baleful Howlpack. They raided an outpost where my agents had been meeting with Drukhari. The pack took prisoners but lost the esteemed brother Ulfar. I hoped they would give their all to the search, but instead the Wolves forced the system's coordinates out of the captives and came crashing down on my head. They had no gate to transport them. They used nothing but their warp engine. Thankfully, they realised the situation too late, so Tanakia managed to neutralise them.
Ulfar stares coldly at him. The deadly frost of Fenris cracking in his voice as he speaks.
You'll pay for this, Savior Calcazar. Know that I'll have my blood vengeance. I will have your death.
Thanks to your predecessor, I arrived in the Expanse at the call of the Explorative Fleet to deal with Archmagus Armar's heresy. But I quickly came to realise the Cronus problems were far deep in secrecy. Yeah, no. I already did this. Huh. Let's think of it. I never actually questioned why he didn't use the Death Watch. Mostly because everyone forgets the Inquisitorial Agency exists. Oh, we were streaming. Yes, I was streaming, but the stream was cut out at least 2 times now, maybe 3. So it's quite possible that you didn't see it. Anyway, hooray! I think we're at the end of the game.
So far in pursuit of answers, Dolly.
Seeing as the inhabitants of this place almost killed you, I gather something went wrong in this plan of yours.
Not at all. Operation Precious Sentinel is in its final stages. The increase in Xenos activity is a vexing yet trivial development in the grand scheme of things. They were supposed to guard the device, but they slept through the intrusion, and only the Catanas, Shards, and the nations could even stir. Helios research destabilized the Shard's prison, and my project only made it worse. Whenever particles of the Catan Shard's energy seep out, many curious phenomena occur. Destruction of the crypt, the warped reality. When I tame the monster, I will order it to stop disrupting the laws of the universe. That brings us to the most interesting part of our conversation. You know my plans, now I want to know yours. Will you admit that I am in the right and join me in this undeniably ambitious act, or will you try to stop me? I'll be upfront with you. If it's the latter, I will be forced to remove you, but I'm sure you realise that already.
Hi, little lady. The little perv. Okay. Nice way of getting around the censors. Congratulations. Yes, I suppose I am a wretched pervert. Blah blah blah. Not as you bring this insane plan to fruition.
Alexander made the rogue trader.
Say nothing. After a brief pause, Heinrich nods and responds gravely.
I no longer recognize your authority. My apologies. In that case, Rex Van Calox, in the name of the Emperor, I hereby revoke your inquisitorial privileges and declare you excommunicated traitors. The punishment of heresy is death. I bid you farewell.
The Inquisitor nods calmly. There's not a shred of hatred or disappointment on his face.
Farewell then. I'm glad to have made your acquaintance, Dolly, despite everything. But I made the rogue trader.
And he pulls out a bloody thunderhammer.
Show them no mercy.
Oh. And he just like reduces psychic ability. You can just do that, I guess. Lady Dolly Covington is real. But there's not really a good place to stick Irilette here because we're at the center. I guess here is best for me.
I'll see to it personally. It's as good as done. On it.
Cool. Let's begin by ripping Xavier Calcazar in twain.
I'll see to it personally. Who, if not me?
Me when I'm
I'll
an
make
owl
it
too.
happen. On it. I'll see to it personally.
That is beneath me.
Alright, she already has the... Oh good lord, that's a lot of health. That is a lot
I
of health.
understand your intent.
Oh, we're actually completely surrounded. Okay, that's not good. Bang, bang.
I am not your Xena ancestors. Guide me. If it serves your cause, another soul slips beyond the veil.
Me when surrounded.
My heart sings with the thrill of battle. Ancestors guide me. Fortune favors the swift.
Someone else who decently high ranking we can target? Not really. Oh, then just mark this one. I suppose you can somehow shoot through the potential coil.
Stop trying, monkey. This tedium is beneath me.
Oh.
Who, if not
I
me?
know myself. And pass.
Stay vigilant.
Oh.
Follow my lead.
Sends their regards.
Sorry, is he an assassin wielding a thunder hammer? That's incredible. Heads up, I only still have level 2 equipment with Plasma. Yeah, no. You'll go to the American country, you will like it. Yeah, level 2 equipment's fine. I think I only have level 1, I can't even remember.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Let's cast Savior Calcazar for many reasons.
If I may.
Good luck. And then
I'll
give
paint your
Irlet
death in
her extra
colours.
turn that she absolutely deserved.
If it serves your cause.
Bang. Bang.
You cannot force me, Elantark.
Then
I
reload
am
your
not your
gun.
Xenos pet monkey. I deal death with my hands. That is beneath me. This tedium is beneath me.
That is like the third time you've missed a 95% shot in this game today. I think you need to adjust your sights.
I understand. No weakness is hidden from my sight. If it serves your cause, another soul slips beyond the veil. I am not your... I deal death with my
Black.
hands. If it serves your cause. I
Target.
understand your intent.
Where's weakness? Comfortable.
This tedium is ancestors guide me. I am not
Bang.
your Xenos pet
Yes.
monkey. No weakness is hidden from my sight.
And
If I
queue up a
must.
shot.
Me?
Let's see if we can't reach him in the back.
Lord Captain.
Flat. Yeah, so Lord Inquisitor Calcazar pretty much dead on the spot. Awesome. We've got 2, 3 something techno sorceress to deal with, which I cannot imagine being an outstandingly challenging task.
Hold on.
One, that makes sense, yeah. I want a better EMF reader, that's fine. EMF reader's honestly okay. Like, the only difference between EMF readers is how obvious this is 1 or 2, and on like a 4 or 5 even. And you will have that easily.
How the wolf succeeds. Corpse play. Our foes reek of cowardice.
Guess I'll just have you run a gun. So you can sneak in an overcharged shot and miss. And you fire again.
So it shall be.
Hit.
Runes out of your bone.
That's about all you can do. And then there's this final Techno Sorceress too. Plasma pistol sure hurts. Pascal, would you kindly?
Is the tread of his faithful. Quick function successfully terminated.
No, it is too early. The yoke must be activated, or all is lost.
Nuh-uh. An invisible yet clearly tangible aura of power envelops the figure clad in the robes of the tech priest. It's all more baffling to hear a youthfully excited voice from the hood. This is it. The place of our origin. Mrs. Gates is trained upon the Catan Shard. It was your strike and your wish to escape your prison that begot us. The mysterious creature has been in your ship's soul for so long turns to you. But it is you, Dolly, who truly ushered us in this world. Let us meet our abominable precursor together. Who is ready to break free. Greetings, Nemus. We're out of time. Now it escapes. But see, those scarabs are supposed to be like crawling on its surface. Dang it, because, you know, there's a friggin' star god inside trying to break free. Look at that. Look at that. You know, oh man, look at that. Oh my gosh. And there comes it down. The Void Dragon is so cool.
I will wipe your disgusting
Oh cool,
breath
I've gotta kill a star god. Catan Shard. Oh, that's the most HP I think I've seen since the Hell Planet. Rogue AI. Is it really AI if it's not artificial? Oh well. I do have to ask one question of great import. Do you think this thing has the reject the flesh feature? Kind of want to buff Ulfar. Heinrichs. Because I think in this situation, just running up and smacking it with your sword. No, but then Irelec just buffs herself constantly. Just the more shots Irelec can get off,
I stand for it.
the better she performs.
On it. I'll make it happen. It's as good as done. Who, if not me? I'll make it happen.
Irelec, can you target it? Thank goodness you can.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. I will not.
Alright. Man, this free hunting down the prey effect is like really good though.
I understand. Ancestors, guide me!
Nice.
Of integrity.
Alright everyone, brace for impact. There's a star button in front of us. Between us. Oh sweet, it fragmented itself. This is both a good thing and a bad
It
thing.
serves your cause.
It's a good thing because it lets Irelec proc some of her kill skills. It's bad because there are now a bunch of Catan surrounding us.
If it serves your cause. I understand your intent.
There's one. Yeah, shot spins the big guy. Alright.
This tedium is behind. No more.
Good, very good.
The singularity of a lion.
Can't shoot them.
No weakness is hidden from my sight. If it serves your cause. Stop trying, monkey. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
Okay. Dispensing attack to make it weaker.
Ancestors guide me.
Yep.
If it
Line up
serves
her
your
next shot.
cause.
How far? Don't look now, but there might be something behind you.
Cubs play. I have become the All-Father's worthy instrument. Wolves red my hand is thunder.
Hey, you want to kick a Stargold fragment to death? I knew you did.
I have become the All-Father's worthy instrument. The wolf is on the hunt. Is thunder.
As we've fully established multiple times, I consider you my equal and peer. Sorry about having you step on the candles with that long skirt. Burn it. Oh, what's going on now?
Ruby flashes are choking me.
Mechanics and such. Pascal. But it does reject flesh. That's awesome.
Request approved.
So,
The Omnissiah knows all. Comprehends all.
can we inflict bleeding on the Star God? Probably not. Go here and press the voice bar. Off thyself.
Let's see to it.
Be thyself. Maybe I shouldn't hold far. Weakness on that thing because I do not want it to do anything I don't want it to do. Get back into the charge. Why don't we just start blasting it?
Let's see to it.
Hitting versatility stacks.
I won't object.
That is so loud, my goodness. I genuinely can't hear myself think. What? I want my place. One of my places, the elf NPC leaf licker. They have 2 elves in their pod. I guess it's gonna be called Tree Thumper soon. This is gonna be found like hanging from a branch soon. That is like not the kind of thing you're supposed to say when you've got allies of that race beside you. That's just not something you should say in general, honestly.
I'll see to it personally. On it. I'll see to it personally. It's as good as done.
Give her like a few more actions. Rush some services.
I understand your intent. If no weakness is hidden from my sight.
That's an extra 1,000 damage. I see you will be erased. Sure, buddy, whatever you say.
If it serves your cause. Ancestors guide me.
Of contradiction.
Accept your lot.
Here, like, can you just quickly take that out?
I am not your Xenos pet.
I said,
monkey.
could you quickly take out that
If
thing?
it serves your cause.
There's a street or Daisy sniffer. I mean, any kind of like racial slur is probably not something you should be encouraging. Least of all against something where you're outnumbered in your own group by it. That just seems like categorically unwise. More than anything else. Missed? How do you miss?
No weakness is hidden from my sight.
Oh, yeah, no, I physically can't. She's in trouble.
I'll make it happen. I'll see to it personally.
I guess she just dies then, huh? Yeah, sorry, Rilette. Or not? Hey, I don't mind.
I have become the All-Father's worthy instrument!
Does kick count for us? Oh, who cares? Yes, it does! Okay, that's good to know. Bang. Lol.
Machine spirit.
Dude.
My strike is ruin!
My beloved Cassia.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Isn't this a job for the serf?
Ace of them.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Got a bunch of reaction attacks on it. And then lower it back in. Or not. Okay, whatever.
Isn't this a job
How
for the
far?
serfs?
By the wolf's eye! Perish!
Bang. A little bit off center, but it will. The ancient monster struggles against the energy manacles of the yoke. Its impossible powers that make reality itself burst at the seams are now being forced into a compact dungeon, quirk by quirk, returning it to a cruel and painful non-existence in a moment. It could struggle harder, but something is hindering it. You are the cause of these hindrances. Only now does the Catan Shard turn its focus to you, but the battle was nothing more than the reflexive resistance of an alien mind absorbed in a completely different range of thoughts and responses. But now, it is thinking about you, and its thoughts are so corporeal that you can sense them and know them. It seeks an end to the confrontation. It is capable of resolving it in a way that will benefit all. More and more tears appear all over the shard's form. As the yoke absorbs its power, it becomes increasingly harder for the shard to maintain its physical structure. Each imperfection you inflict brings the Star Predator closer to imprisonment. Do not bow your head before our abominable precursor. It was begotten by the dark abysses of the past, It is a fragment of that which devoured stars and erased civilizations. It knows no benefit other than its own. Allow us to stand against it. This is our time, our impossible chance. And like a bad drama, it's the ghost of Lady Theodora. Wow, kneel before the Star God. Sure, that ended well for the last civilization. Nomos, if our birth ever have purpose, then it is here and now. Why do you call the Shard your precursor? Because that is what it is, and what we are. We have told you before about Theodora's ambition, Armanard's mind, the ship's cradle, and Epitar's secret. One sprouted into another and spurred yet another. Thus, Nomos were born. We were but an echo of the Shard's power, echo that left its prison. We become something so much more, with your help. What do you intend to do? Flash with the precursor. Touch it, absorb it, so that the reflection becomes the object reflected, so the Shard becomes an Nomos. Then, and only then, will its threat be eradicated forever. Do you think you can do this, Nomos? What will happen afterwards? We stand at the threshold of probabilities and outside the bounds of the predictable. It is beyond possible to know whether we can or cannot. But we believe that we can, and that is what drives us to try. And if we succeed, we will obtain power beyond compare. We will become a shield against any threat in whichever form it may manifest itself. I have made my decision. Act now, Nomos, my child. Child! Ah. Hey guys, I adopted a Catan Shard. This is my kid now. My kid with my beautiful fishwife. We are ready for the most important battle of our life. Wish us luck. Nomos steps toward the Shard, and the whole world explodes into a terrifying whirlwind. You can hear the colours and see the touches. Ice burns your hand while fire leaves you freezing. And in the midst of this madness, you can clearly sense a battle raging. A clash of two beings, one endlessly ancient and the other endlessly young. Oh, baby, I believe you. I believe in you. The power of the Catan Shard is such that it redefines the very notion of power. But it has a weakness, one you can see only now. With the Shard and its rival standing face to face. The Shard is just that, a Shard. It is incomplete, it is not whole, and it cannot be what the Catan was before. What opposes the Shard is something entirely different. An undivided, sentient being with a clear purpose in mind, akin to a well-aimed arrow. And the one who fledged and loosed its arrow was you. The battle goes on and on and on, outrunning the course of time. But you do not need to give the clairvoyant Snowcool most victorious. Come on, Nomos, come on, my baby! Wow, was the giant skull really necessary? How does that be like,
I need to commission a giant box designed to contain a Star God, and it has to have a huge skull on the front.
oh, that's the end? Wow, I thought there'd be a little more. Oh well. The Catan Shard was transmuted into a new form, and her name was Nomos. Possessing the power of an ancient being and nurtured by the rogue trader, young Star God watched over the Coronis expanse, their new domain, with curiosity. This is my son. Gathering its bleeding worlds together again, the rogue trader dared to build something more noble and civilized than the expanse. A haven for those drifting and unprotected in the strict hierarchy of the Imperium. Be an unbound frontier where freedom and compassion were not wholly extinct. A shackled monster under Von Valencius' control ensured the survival of the fledgling utopia. The Star God destroyed all who threatened its peaceful civilians and instilled fear in those of little faith. Fans tasted the sweet fruit of freedom and tolerance with reverent fear. The Imperium could not forgive such insolent deviation from the order prescribed by Holy Terror. The Von Valencius dynasty was accused of the vicious formation of their own empire. Invasion feet gathered in the Calixus sector, and the lifespan of the young Turbo was as short as its creators. Damn it. I'm going to create a world of peace and prosperity and happiness, and I get bloody shot for it. Well, don't let it be said I never tried. Protecting the young kingdom of freedom, Nomos created dimensional barriers that cut the Coronis expanse off from the Imperium more soundly than the Great Rift. The humanity of the expanse was left in isolation, Relying only on themselves, they either had to build something new and different for the Imperium or fall to the horrors lurking in the darkness. The ideas that von Valencius was committed to were alien to the Imperium, but close to the hearts of many in the Expanse. Anyone who could not resolve a dispute or was denied justice rushed to the palace of the Rogue Trader in search of mercy. Having lost its leader and lacking a worthy successor, the coordinacy began to weaken. The grim legacy of the abominable Aspis revealed itself, and the Electorate fell into chaos. Grasping claimants tore defences remains apart. Resisting the temptations that besieged him, Pelagos Winterscale returned to his domain and began to piece together the shattered remains of the Protectorate. Until his dying day, his actions and thoughts were dedicated to saving abandoned worlds and protecting survivors. Alas, he was not able to achieve much in the time he was allotted. He breathed his last breath on the same throne and he refused to leave for decades, adamantly refusing augmetics that restored mobility and power to his legs. The cult of St. Drusus continues his indefatigable struggle to spread the faith around the Expanse and expose the vile transgression of the authority. The stronger and wealthier a planet was, the less its rulers wanted to see the Black Cloud preachers. Riots and assassinations pushed the cult to the place it felt most confident, the frontier. Ironius Dolorosa remained the most reverent priest in the cult of St. Drusus. He turned no one away, hearing confessions from pirates, build rats, deserters, and beggars alike. He might have been one of those undeserving wretches who infected him with a rare form of leprosy that robbed him of his sight, yet his heart could always see the corruption of the souls of his repenting children. In the following years, the Coalition's fleet slowly and deliberately left the explored systems of the Expanse for the furthest remote region. Observing stations and observation stations and claimed worlds were abandoned, even if Fritis too became derelict. Statistical divination warned the fleet's conclave of the grim events of the Expanse, and decided to deliver their fellows from the coming storm, but they did not share the truth with the lay people. The schism of discontinuing the cycle engulfed the entire Cognizance fleet, and soon the Civil War was over. Disregarding commandments of their forefathers, the explorers started down the dangerous path of new comprehension, creation, and revision of procedures and algorithms. The fleet was united once more, and in its unity, it was ready to set out any horrors standing in the way of the catechism of maintenance and operation. Magus Dominus Opticon 22, one of the first to hail the return of the Messiah, took the helm of the Mother Squadron of the Cognition's fleet. Unquestionably embracing the teaching of discontinuing the cycle, he personally sought the crushing of any renegades who do not accept the Messiah's words of truth, and earned himself the identifier Chrome Scourge. I never did enough with him. I think there was an entire plot line I missed out on him. That's a shame. The Christ in the Expanse dealt a serious blow to the business interests of the Fellowship of the Void. Having no powerful allies, they retreated into the darkness of the frontier system. The hard life they faced there will forge them into a new tribe, furious, wild, and willing to do anything for survival. They swore to return and retake what had once been theirs. For many years, old Rizza presided as the captain to the Fellowship. At the end of her life, she once again took the helm of the ship and led an unprecedented attack on the Mother Squadron of the Cognition's fleet, during which the attackers managed to seize a dozen transport ships loaded with the undersized sacred gift. Done. Don't approve, but well done. Violence throughout the Expanse put many on their guard, and as a result, the Caspella Commission's business declined. Soon, rumours surfaced among cold trades about a so-called commission that made it through the Maw and into the Expanse. Its professed purpose was to audit assets and take measures to restructure operations. These words carried with them an ominous threat. Vladimir Tokara, as Liege of Footfall, survived 14 assassination attempts and tortured no less than 2,000 schemers before a shot finally took his life. His Dean Liege's funeral was held in great secrecy, with only his closest entourage being permitted to view his corpse, which caused some peculiar rumours. A multitude of agreements bound the Imperial Navy to the Von Valencius dynasty. Captains were eager to patrol the Protectorate, knowing they would be richly rewarded. Competing ships lost to pirate attacks and subjected to harsh inspection. Many officers quietly entered the dynasty's service, receiving a salary and title in exchange for their excellent skills. Worthy admirals valued their new friends and enjoyed more gold than their uniform. Just as Captain Austerius Thorfast founded the Thorfast and Companions Merchant Company, excelling in trade and acquiring a substantial escort fleet. After 3 decades, he travelled to the Maw to return to the Imperium in hopes of obtaining the fabled warrant of trade. It's not known how this venture ended. When the rogue trader's apostasy became apparent, the Imperial Navy fulfilled its duty and fought the Von Valencius dynasty. The Battle of Dargonus ended in a resounding defeat, and the surviving ships fled to distant systems. Disheartened but not broken, the captains vowed to rebuild their force and planned raids into the apostate territory. The crucial reason for the defeat was the extraordinary high percentage of captains who betrayed their oaths and defected to the rogue trader's side. Overnight, she acquired a battle-ready fleet of her own. Dargonus grew and prospered until it became a capital of the Coronus Expanse. The planet was like a giant magnet whose pull held together the worlds of the Expanse, absorbing the treasures and vice of the sector. Dargonus became a bastion of order in the Expanse. From here, punitive expeditions were dispatched to tainted worlds, and entire spires were occupied by officials and bureaucrats in the Imperium. On many planets, the expression, a man from Dargonus, soon came to mean a fearsome expector with the power to impose punishment. Now Gamma washed off the stain of its former defilement and became known as a pious and productive world. Hard work and inquisitive study of the mysteries of technology glorified the Deus Mechanicus. The enthroned Null Caliph drew millions of pilgrims and granted the planet hallowed status. His sacred calculation continued for centuries, and the foremost sage of the Adeptus Mechanicus travelled to the world so they could attempt to divine its meaning. Mysterious Xeno anomalies plagued Janus for years. The ghosts of the Inhumans who controlled the planet continued to haunt the land. The serfs suffered from strange maladies, and nuclear complexes were inexplicably struck by blight and famine. The servants of the rogue trader feared the ghastly planet and sought to be transferred off the filthy agrarian colony at the first opportunity. Despite grim expectations, the coexistence of humans and the Eldari did not lead to enmity. Janus had faced many trials, and the struggle against them brought the two peoples together. They did not develop an affection for one another, but they learned to speak with no weapons in their hands. More than one dangerous xenophile schism was born in Janus. The rise of V+6 grew deeper and deeper, and soon the planet became the darkest, most frightening colony of the expanse, the final stop for the exiled and the damned. The brutal, hardened inhabitants of the Death World feared neither humans nor xeno-horrors, knew no mercy, and were known as the most fearsome fighters in the sector, who traded their lives for the right to leave the eternal darkness of the harsh V+6 became a land of trials capable of testing one's righteousness. The repentant and the zealous alike flocked there to be purified and toughened by its poisonous atmosphere. In the ominous halls of the Fortress of Penance, a grim guard was established, an order of crusaders who guarded the purity of the expanse, renowned for their tenacity and fearfully undying fanaticism. No longer secluded and forlorn, Firestone turned into the spiritual centre of the expanse, clad in golden power. Rulers went there to be anointed for greatness, criminals for penance, and the righteous for encouragement, and there was no end to them in sight. Pressure and influence quickly corrupted the supreme hierarchs of Firestone, turning them into a coterie of venal egotists anointed by greed. As they did their dirty deeds, under the covenant of holy vestments, their power steadily grew. It is hardly surprising that a few years later the hierarchs of Firestone recognized the blood relationship between their patrons of Vonkin's dynasty and sacred covenant. With the fall of their unholy patron, the Age of Daybreak, the cult of the Final Dawn perished as well. Every cell of the cult was hunted down and eliminated. Rumours that some worship of the ruinous powers managed to get away, hiding and writing the war-banished lord on their robes, were basted. Left without a mission or leader, the word-bearers retreated to the depths of the Immaterium. The last act of vengeance was a bloody assault on Footfall. Populace of several asteroids was exterminated or enslaved, the statue of God Emperor was badly damaged. After recovering from Corda's regime, Footfall reclaimed its status as a trading hub in the expanse. Having learned a bitter lesson, frightened Takara created the Footfall Partisans Militia, a well-equipped mercenary army that answered only to him. A modicum of order returned to the station. The changes that the Von Valencius dynasty brought to Footfall endured on the station long after. Whorehouses opened by the rogue traders saved many hungry and homeless from death. Unfortunately, this disrupted the station's delicate ecosystem. No longer freezing to death in empty compartments or tormented by epidemics, those who lived in poverty in Footfall began to choke the station, leading to a sharp rise in crime. Organ traders, illegal augmetic specialists, and savage gangs of amateurs proliferated. Whoops. The Rykad system turned into a purulent word of corruption, poisoning experiments. The surreal energies of the yawning warp legion held its planets together even in the absence of the gravitational pull of the star, defying the very laws of existence. Immense depravity took root on Rykad Minoris, and it pulled out other systems violently. Yeah, I should have blown that one up. Whoops. The people of Rykad Minoris, saved by the rogue trader, eventually found a new home. The colony of New Rykad was found at the edge of the Von Valencia. Memories of the adversity they suffered in their fallen home filled the hearts of both commoners and nobles with hatred for the ruinous powers. That loathing fueled the building of a kingdom of intolerance and strict order in New Rykad. Proclaiming Prez the Emperor, they kept vigilant watch for any signs of corruption in their home, and the surrounding colonies and regularly embarked on purging campaigns on nearby colonies that resembled military invasion. Ah, maybe I should have blown it up. Whoops. Oh well. Live and learn. Rumours of the rotting remains in the Eldari craft world spread around the expanse. Explorers, privateers, Casbalica agents, everyone hungry for easy money, all rushed to the frontier systems to vie for a piece of the prize. Some were swallowed by the warp, others perished in skirmishes with their rivals. The most skilled and fortunate returned empty-handed after decades of searching. The colossal ship, as big as an imperial world, simply vanished as if it never existed. But the legend of forbidden treasure lived on and continued to bring daring souls to ruin. Half a century later, the Expanse trembled to the echo of Eldari war songs. Myriad warbands appeared out of nowhere, leaving a trail of bodies in the wake before disappearing in the webway gate, masterfully hidden from the eyes of the monkey. The children of Asheron had come to avenge the death of Krardor Kudarak. The wonderful retribution lasted many decades until both races were worn and out of blood sport. Janus was from the worlds hit by the savage and Xenos, but before the Great Slaughter could make the planets and irrigation canals run red with blood, Master Muran emerged from the forest to address the Avengers. Having convinced his kin to stay the hand, he and his people departed Jeb. The spirit monolith, purified by the Harlequin troop on the Chrome World, was hidden from the insatiable eyes of Monkey by a raging warpstorm. Jeb started going missing more frequently in the systems close to the planet. Even the most courageous captains gave him a wide berth, and it was named Damned Reef. Somewhere on the underside of reality lay Komara, woven from manifold other dimensions and illuminated as always with the light of stolen suns, his streets ever filled with screams of agony. Any misfortune experienced by the Dark City became another scar in his appalling fleet. The full Cabal of Reading Tempest united Komara for a brief and bloody moment. The leaders of the Dark City set their squabbles aside and found a new game in tearing apart the domain of Archoniris. The fate of the Reading Tempest reminded the other Cabals that nothing lasts forever in the Dark City save the city. As they were leaving the Necron systems, Nomesh destroyed every tomb world of the ancient Xenos. Some eternal strife had awakened within the young deity, demanding the planets of the undead be obliterated. The voice of the Voxmaster Vigus Siriota of the Ptolemon dynasty has long resounded in the Expanse, bringing hope and trumpeting the arrival of the merciful rogue trader. Known for her wisdom and acute understanding of ship systems, over her long life she taught many generations of future Voxmasters from the Ptolemon dynasty. Her body was built into the bridge itself, and in times of need her voice flooded through the Vox, dispelling delusions and despair. After years of dedicated service, Master Helmsman Ravel was granted, despite his objections, the privilege of rest. The wise servants of the Omnissiah implanted an augment into his brain that restored his ability to sleep. Soon afterwards, something unprecedented happened aboard the ship. The Master Helmsman overslept and missed the start of his watch. But his slumber did become more agreeable from then on. 3 years later, High Factotum General Stanrock sought permission to retire. He said that age has softened his heart and a more worthy, young and assertive successor should take over his position. There was no shortage of candidates, and of that fact, Stanrock had a sentimental heart. He spared nothing for the orphans of those who died serving the rogue trader. The children were given an excellent education and were eager to serve the Von Valencius dynasty. Urban Drivestem cared more about preserving the influence of his line than well-being and protectorate. His blind ambition lost him the governor's seat and the respect of his family. Within a few generations, one of the largest house of dog owners turned to an obscure family of petty aristocrats. Gloriana Gaprak missed the moment where, in her family, which had previously functioned like a well-oiled machine, started to fall apart, racked by infighting. Among her distant relatives, many blamed Toriana for the Galvagama disaster. Soon the Gaprak family splintered into warring factions and spent centuries locked in the violent struggle, only occasionally punctuated by futile attempts to reunite the house. Akira Selbek was loyal to the rogue trader to the last, despite all the objections to the contrary. Finding little affection among his subjects or family, he stayed true to himself, remaining a forthright, severe and pious person. Akira strived to ensure that every soul in his charge felt justifiable dread before both him and the God Emperor. Members of House Veserain served the dynasty faithfully and loyally, amassing more and more power. A century later, they had finally gained the respect enjoyed by other noble houses. Yet power and luxury can dull any blade. Now pampered and idle aristocrats were scarcely recognisable as descendants of the formidable national restraint. Clementia Vesserin, granddaughter of Abelard and Chancellor of Dargonus, executed her duties irreproachably and even found time to school the younger generation of the family. He was an equally skilled mentor, chancellor and political operative. After a century of immaculate service, she surprised everyone by leaving her position and becoming the first mate on a trade ship. She would later admit, like a true Vesserin, as she had always a passion for ships and voidfaring. Branches House Gaprak and Vesserin became intertwined for a time after the marriage of Asteria and Vincent. The great sadness of the couple and the great amusement of the spiteful Dargonus nobility, their marriage produced no children. Just like her ancestors, Asteria, Vesserin Gaprak dedicated her life to service. Crushed by the events that shook the stability of his house and his inability to produce an heir, Vincent lived in his wife's shadow. When his time came, he passed away. Aww. A Harlequin known as Nocturne of Oblivion visited the Expanse once again. Sneaking onto Dargonus, he came to the rogue trader's palace and left her a special gift. A case of dire crafting, unmistakably ancient and precious, adorned with the rune of an iron-sided triangle. Only the Lord Captain knew what it contained. The Harlequin candidly warned her that he was drawing the Von Valencia dynasty into a deadly dance, a shaking doom, that will freeze within the threads of Terra's loom. Then he promptly departed, not without reason. few hours later, assassins from the Dark City appeared, followed his trail, and were mercilessly killed. Thereon born the sign of the Cabal of the Black Heart. After months of searching, the Venice Wardens found the remains of Achilles Scalander on the lowest levels of the Hive. Bukhara artifacts and records discovered beside him indicated the agent was the Inquisition had been compromised and was working for the Xenos. Marazai confirmed guilt of the deceased Inquisition agent and described in detail the torture inflicted upon the poor soul to gain his obedience and loyalty. He also confirmed that Irilet had found and killed his monkey toy. A few chose to believe the words of the cursed Xenos, and thus the secret death of Achilles Scalander was never publicly known. Savage deeds that Godfrey Saktov was for traumatized him forever. His architectural genius was shattered. Only the rare collections of true connoisseurs held his work, written in shaky hand. Footfall, the ultimate void, sanction, and mortuary. I remember that guy. Having completed his last journey with Lord Captain, Abelard Vesserman, with the gracious permission of the rogue trader, left his post as Seneschal and took over the helm of his large family. House Vesserman rose above his rivals and was never again the target of persecution, even after their esteemed patriarch died decades later in his bed, surrounded by his grieving loved one. Aww. Abelard's shining memory was blighted only by rumours of a creeping madness in the twilight of his life. Many said they had seen their esteemed Seneschal talking to someone unseen, in a voice filled with unusual tenderness and sorrow. Sister Argenta made no secret of the great respect and gratitude he felt toward the Lord Captain, yet duty compelled her to leave Von Valentius' retinue. With the blessings of the Ecclesiarchy, she found a minor order of the Adeptus Sororitas, the Order of the One Star. United around the keeper of the sacred relic, its sisters protected the faithful from the dangers still lurking in the expanse. The wider order and its courageous founder very quickly became heroes of legend, instilling hope and inspiration in the hearts of Terra's faithful children. Yet the conflict between the Imperium and the head of the Von Valentius dynasty could not but affect the young order. Some sisters demanded Argenta denounce her former commander. Unable to choose between the order she had created and the person without whom she could not complete her journey, she stepped down from her position and went into exile. Despite everything, love for her among the people of the Expanse only grew. Argenta would be the heroine of songs and tales for centuries to come, a radiant angel who would appear in the darkest hour to protect innocence from the forces of darkness. Hidari basked in the road trader's light for many years, trying to make the most of such illustrious patronage. Alas, her appetites were insatiable, and 2 decades later she brazenly attempted a coup. It was a failure and she found herself at the edge of the block. Before the end, she bestowed one of her famous smiles on the throng rabble in farewell. A shame, but I have no time for her. Heinrich von Kalox, the former interrogator of the Ordo Xenos, took the mantle of Lord Inquisitor after his mentor's death. Receiving both the Inquisitor's rosette and the duty of defending the sect from the enemies of humanity, Van Kalox became the new warden of Coronis Expanse. Van Kalox declared an endless war against the enemies of humanity, be they Xenos, servants of chaos, or heretics in the Imperium's own ranks. The Inquisitor fearlessly eliminated numerous nests of corruption in the Expanse. A few decades later, he was assassinated by a criminal cartel. Some say the Caspala Commission, sick of the unrelenting servant of law, was involved in the Inquisitor's killing. Aww, that's a shame. Despite scandalous rumours about a love affair with the rogue trader, Lady Navigator continued to accompany her lover among the stars of a time. Their love was like a candle flame, warm, tremulous, insatiable, and quickly extinguished. When Cassia took the throne as Novita, love gave way to duty. Some praised their doomed love over the glass of Amsec, while others cursed it, spat, and disgust. Yet even after entering an arranged domestic marriage and passing on her precious genes, Cassia kept in contact with the only person she'd ever fully loved until her dying day. That's sad, but bittersweet. I love her, she loved me, and I'm glad that she can continue her noble legacy. In her journeys with the rogue trader, Cassiosella experienced all the hardships and delights of the galaxy. The invaluable experience and new knowledge helped her finally conquer her fears and accept herself and her powers. The Lady Navigator became Novita of her house, tasked with addressing the consequences of Tisiphony's rule and the chaos that followed her disappearance. For the duration of her reign, she patiently worked on uniting the feuding branch of the house, forging alliances and expanding the influence of House Orselii. The Starlight Atlas, which contained the memories of Tisiphony and the Satala clan, lost its power. House Orselii's navigators once again had to rely on skill alone with the Materium. Many lost their lives, but those who survived the crisis became hardened veterans and pillars of the house. Most of those fortunate souls were young and brave, too few among them old and wise. Lady Talas lived several more years after the Rogue Trader's grand campaign Avatar. Despite her short life, she left behind many legends and tales of her adventures in Lord Captain's service, and of the terrible war phenomena she manifested. Shortly before her death, Adira vanished from her post. Jay disappeared with her. When Jay returned many cycles later, she declared that Adira's last days had been full of joy and adventure, that her greatest pleasure had been watching the Void Whales play. Aww. In announcing discontinuing the cycle, the Armor Collective instilled terror in the hearts of those who revered theories of purity, but it gave hope to others. After gathering its disciples and recruiting service soldiers from vassal planets, it ventured in the worlds of Screaming Vortex and to the infernal forge of the Dark Mechanica. This march of indoctrination was meant to seize the stolen secrets of the Messiah from the hands of the heretics, temper the cult of the fire of battle, and transform it into a tool for both eradication and comprehension. The fleet disappeared in the darkness, and the rare echoes of Ashpat and Metches were intercepted. Unit Able Hanuman continued to service the Armnaut Collective, in unity with 5 companion minds who rediscovered the joy of direct cognitive communication, unmarred by inborn others. While outwardly silent, he joyfully described the initiatives, concepts, and ideas the Omnissiah revealed to him. Fulfilling his function, he overflowed with exultation of efficiency. Carolyn Lavinus lost faith in her kin, who followed the blind farseers like obedient cattle. She accompanied the road trader for a time, but her time among the monkey only made her feel more alone, revealing to her that humans were as bereft of strong spirit and will as a child of Asaran. Aww. Marazire Zeresh, also known as Tempest Doom, spent several years with the road trader, filling the entire crew with terror. However, with time, his restless, ambitious nature got the better of him. Having grown weary of the company of Monkey, the Drukhari left the ship. Soon after, the Chronos Expanse saw the rise of a new mercenary group, a motley army of human Xenos led by a bloodthirsty and ruthless Drukhari leader. That's a good ending for him. Years later, Parazire's name resounded through the Expanse once more. His gang had intercepted the star of Vesseron's ship. The head was delivered to Abelard with a note informing him that a gift from an old acquaintance in memories of the past. Abelard's grief sent him on a 6-year-long hunt for the despicable Xenos, which sadly was unseen. Oh. Parasite! That wasn't very nice. That wasn't very nice at all. Parasite and Ireland's fleets often hunted together. Their kin wondered how the two captains were getting along. Outcasts in the former Draken bonded over the horrors they both experienced. The incursions into the Unitarium during their journey to the road trader left a grim mark on their souls. After joining the Stormbiters, Ulfar Thunderlong soon became the pack leader, taking the place of Thorgold, who met an honourable end. The new leader sent a message to the Fenris stating his intention to remain in the Expanse. There were too many enemies yet lurking in these hunting grounds that deserved the Allfather's wrath. Legends paved the formidable pack's path with gold. Years later, Ulfar found a battle in which he could meet his honourable death. The warp was suddenly torn asunder, and ships from Fenris bearing the mark of the wolf head came to his aid. Saved from a battle by his loyal companion Hulbrat, Ulfar accepted the honours of the Dreadnought and was entombed in secret armour. In the blessed ritual, he cursed and demanded to be left to his death. His brothers merely answered with mirthful laughter. When he recovered his senses, Ulfar led forces to Heathen Stars. The Ulfar had given him a new mission, near-death vision. No one in the Expanse had heard word of the Space Wolves since their departure, yet many believe that one day they will return victorious. It is rumoured that true cause of Lord Reinhardt's demise was treachery. Faced with his superior enemy, the Space Wolves called on their allies for help, but a nearby squadron of Cognizance fleet withdrew, finally broadcasting the blood-depth Archmage Armanote is not forgotten. Rude. Such was the echo of the deeds of the rogue trader House von Valencia. These that transformed the Cronus Expanse and repetitive events even darker and more violent. But it's events of a different story. This one has come to an end. Oh well. Some endings were not as good as others. I definitely think Marazai should have behaved himself better. But overall I'm pleased with that. You know, that was alright. That was good for a blind playthrough. You know. I loved Cassia and she loved me. Neverland learned a lot from humans, and Eldar worked alongside humans to some extent for some time. As I was a little rat, I should have thrown him out of the airlock first chance I got. He wasn't any good for us, I didn't take him to the end of anything. Upset, I feel like I could have fixed Marazai, but no, if anything, he just made me worse. Yeah. Yarmouth Collective, did alright. I mean, don't like how they treated the wolves, but whatever. Getting a Dreadnought's pretty cool. Well, cool as can be. Yeah. But I lived long enough. I prospered well. I made it into an isolated little island in the galaxy where everyone that gets along well under threat of death. Look, by Imperial standards, by Warhammer 40,000 standards, that is amazing. I created a really nice place to live in the Imperium. Okay? I was really nice for an Imperial ruler. We're all loyal. Everything is... Not everything is good. There are a few untied loose ends, but I think it went. You know. A solid 7, 8 out of 10 conclusion. You know. I'll pat myself on the back for that. I don't know if I'll ever play this game again, because the idea of replaying this whole thing sounds exhausting. Especially because I really liked my build. But there were a ton of things I would do differently if I was to play it again, like, aside from a couple of skill points and build choices, I definitely want to explore the psychic powers more, because we only had, like, Heinrichs really doing anything psychic. I don't know being what she was, just so bizarre, honestly. Yeah, no, I think that went well. I think I had fun with that. I think I liked that. Good game, good game. A little bit glitchy, a little bit buggy in places, which was completely unnecessary. You know, this game is huge and expensive and has multiple DLCs. Shouldn't be buggy, but whatever. I feel like it was a really interesting insight into Warhammer's setting, you know, and to a really unexplored part of Warhammer as a whole. I just enjoyed it a lot. Like, it's so easy to just look at Warhammer and go, herder space marines fighting others. But this was just such a good insight into the world at large, showing, like, the underhives and all the little details there, the nobles and politicking, how some Xenos think and exist, some rarer Xenos races we don't see often, like the Slith, you know, going to Comera. You know, having an Eldar in our retinue was just so fun. She was wonderful. Really good. Really good. I think I enjoyed this game a considerable amount. And I'm so grateful that I got to play it and that everyone got to see it and commented on it. Yeah. Yeah, I like this. I recommend Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader is a video game for us to play. Good fun, good fun. Goodness, this is a very long credit scene. I have to hold down enter for the entire time as well, I think. Yeah. Special thanks to Games Workshop, and special thanks to all these people. What are they, early adopters? Oh wow, that's a lot of Alexes. That's a lot of Alexes. How many of these are there? 40,000 people to credit? Golfer, the one and only. Red. Chad. Rest in a full lowercase. Probably butchering a bit, right? As usual, my name isn't on the list. Because it's bloody rare. I need to get through this as quickly as possible because I want to conclude stream, please, which I like to do on the starting card. My gosh. Can I find like something heavy to weigh down this button? I don't really keep like I guess I have a couple of rocks in my room. Ugh. Whatever. Like 10 minutes before I've got to go. We should increase the goober. Thousand some. There's probably a few names here that I could like recognize. I wonder who. Fine. Oh. Lord Inquisitor, Lord Commissar. Lots of Inquisitors to thank, it seems. That's a very long name. There's gonna be a lot of like names of like Overlord. No, nothing like that. So. We're getting near the end of the alphabet, that's good. Shit. Yeah, there are any interesting thus. Fiery Fog, the Mongol, maybe Kailash, the Birdman, the Child, the Killer. Oh, my dog. Yeah, you can tell they mixed a few usernames in. And then we get to the U's and the V's. W's. Wow. And then all the backers, okay. Woo! We did it, Patrick. We saved the city. I am the Warhammer 40,000 rogue trader. This was fun. This was nice. I'm really glad I got a chance to play this. I'm really happy that all of you got to watch it. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will see ya when I see ya.